Oh yeah, welcome everybody to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. I'm your host as always, Brian, and today we are gonna do a very special stream. I'm very excited to get into all of it. First, I want to say hello to some wonderful people here in the chat already. We got Tori here saying Scream was really great. Can't wait for 6. I see that might be your vote for what we're doing tonight. It's gonna be fun. Hell yeah, welcome to the stream. Extron is here saying, I love you so much, Jake. Congrats on Red Right Hand. Thank you, Extron. I love you too. Congrats on Red Right Hand once again and all the hard work you have done this year as a content creator. Thank you. Thanks for being a channel member. All three of the first people I just clicked on, all channel members. Awesome. Denisha's saying, hey everyone, what's up? Lighting Ghost is here too. So many great stuff came out this year. Such a good year. Seriously, such a great year for horror. I was just talking with my guest, Slasher in Suits, who I'm going to bring in right now in like literally 2 seconds. Just about how great this year was for horror. I mean, like whatever wins, I hope you guys are just like, yeah, you know what? All these options are pretty great movies. I don't know. I'm just so stoked for whatever ends up on top. I think it's gonna be great. Corey's here too. So I saw the clip from Haunted Hippies stream. I'm gonna shoot her fucking email. Why can't I think of the word email? I'm gonna shoot her an email at some point. I'll get her on the stream at some point. It'll be great. I'm very excited for that. Easton Plays is here too. What's up? Yeah, Men didn't make it. I wanted to do like really more of the popular movies and stuff, so unfortunately some things had to get cut. My top 10's not even on here, unfortunately. Trust me, there's more movies I wanted to throw on here, but I was unable to. Justin Proper's throwing $5 on there saying, I'm on my way to Cleveland right now. It's gonna be a long one, so I'll be listening. Violent Night for the win! Violent Night's not on there, Justin. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, man. Oh man, jeez, I'm sorry, dude. But thank you for the $5, dude. I'm excited to see you tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun time. Thank you for the $5. Before I say hi to more people, though, I want to bring on my awesome guest. I'm very excited to have Brian from Slasher in Suits. 2 Brians tonight. Isn't that crazy? Welcome to the stream, dude. What's up?
Yay! What's going on, Jake?
Yeah, dude. It's how you doing, man? Are you excited to be streaming?
Oh, what a year it's been. Oh man, every year's getting better. I'm one of those guys, every year I go, man, 2018 is the best year in horror. No, 2019, 2020. I mean, it keeps growing and growing, and I don't know, they just keep pumping them out, and I love them all.
Dude,
I'm more of a new movie guy myself.
Nice. I really appreciate the old school ones too. Like I love a lot of 70s horror and all that. You know, there's a lot of great horror movies out there, but man, just the past couple of years, I've been pretty impressed, dude. And this year is even higher up there, I think, for everything.
Oh, it's the pandemic. What got butts in the seats, right? Horror movies, right? Comedies are dead. Everything else, dude, horror movies that's what's making all the money. That's why they're pumping out the good stuff.
Yes. Oh, absolutely, man. And next year, I don't think it's going to be any different. I think we're getting a whole lot more horror movies next year, all throughout the year, too. We're getting a lot of good stuff sprinkled out. Scream 6, Evil Dead Rise, The New Exorcist. I'm excited. I'm excited for it all.
Oh, The Exorcist got, like, squashed, didn't it? Or
yeah. Well, yeah, they delayed the production, dude. One of the actors got sick, is what I was reading, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, I think it's still happening. It's just they had to delay production until next month. So, I wish they would give them some more time to breathe. You know, these guys, the people doing this, they have had no time to breathe, man, since Halloween Ends. Even I hope. Yeah. It's the same. You know, it's the same crew pretty much. But let's Legion is throwing $5 in there. Just want to say thank you so much for that. I really appreciate the tip. Saying loved Red Right Hand. Just wish the ending had more of a knife fight. Yeah, I think if it would have had a knife fight, that movie would have been over a lot quicker than it would have been. Brian hasn't seen it yet, so I don't want to spoil it for him.
Oh, no, it's fine. Go ahead. I want more spoilers. Give me like, nah, man, we were thinking chainsaw, but was it that practical? Or yeah, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
I already know some spoilers. I watched your other stream, and I don't want to say it either. And I was like, oh man, but it's cool. It's cool. I like hearing, like, a good spoiler gets me in the mood to go see it. Like some movies, everyone go like, oh man, I gotta see that now. Like with Scream 5, like my sister didn't see it. She's like, well, should I see it? I go, dude, Dewey. What happened to Dewey? Now you have to go see it, you know. So that's how I work. If you give me a little good, like a good enough spoiler, I will seek it out.
A tease for something, not giving it all away. I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh man. Well, say hi to just a few more people that I'm seeing in here too. Just want to say hi to Angie. What's up? What's up? How's it going? Mr. Rick is here. Can't wait for 2023. I know. Oh, we got a lot of love for 2023. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That sounded scary. Good stuff. Maddie loved Red Right Hand. Thank you. Thank you so much, Maddie. Appreciate that. I love your profile picture. That's sick. It's awesome stuff. Ghoul Sniper is saying, I loved Halloween Ends and I'm not ashamed to say it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it does well tonight. I wouldn't even know what to consider Halloween Ends. That's like an 8 seed or something, you know? Like, it's not front runner. Halloween Kills would have been a front runner for me. See, that's why I love it so much. Get a poster for it. But
hell yeah. You liked Halloween Ends, right? Like, you said you liked it.
Cool. Yeah, I liked it. I see why people hate it. You know, like, but come on, man, I'm an old head. I remember watching Halloween Resurrection in theaters, okay? So you guys don't know shit about being disappointed by a Halloween movie. Okay?
I can't argue with that.
I'm glad we got it at all, you know? Like, it's cool.
Yes.
Like, think about it. We got 3 Halloween movies in the past, like, 5 years? 18, 19, 20. So, you know, like, we're being spoiled right now.
Absolutely. Oh, dude, you know, that's my thing. It's hard to complain about it when we are at least getting new movies. That's sick. You know, I'm happy. I'm just happy that we have gotten 3 new movies in the past like 4 some years or whatever. I think that's
Evil
awesome.
Knievel, I appreciate the attempt. You know, like, I appreciate the attempt, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I like, for me, 2 for 3, like 2 out of 3 killer movies. Sure, like, in my opinion, I don't know. So I'm really excited though to see where Halloween Ends goes in this thing. If it wins, that would be wild. It's the underdog. So I'm actually, there's a part of me that's kind of rooting for it.
Maybe people will vote that in just to, you know, like Sanjay and American Idol, like he's not the best. They just want to vote it in or something. I don't know. They want to hit somebody off, you know? Right. That's like a pure vote.
Well, Legion, I'm gonna count your $5 here towards Halloween Ends when we get to that now. So just because you made a joke about it, so just to kind of throw that in, I haven't quite figured out the whole voting system yet. Me and Brian were kind of talking about it behind the scenes. I was thinking if we were to do the chat, I would literally just be here kind of tallying up votes all night, and it would be kind of boring to watch. So instead, if you throw in $1, if you throw in like $1 equals 1 vote for your movie when we get to it. But for now, I will count this for the Halloween Ends. So far, Halloween Ends is in the lead, and then me and Brian here will both have 1 vote for the bracket when we get to it. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited to get to it just right now. So Legion, we will count that towards Halloween Ends. If someone wants to add to the other option, which I'll show you here in a second, then you can do that if you don't want Halloween Ends to move forward. But we'll just have to see. I'm excited to get to it. But let's throw it up on screen. Let's do this as soon as I have to click a lot of buttons to make this happen. Here we go, and bam. Okay, so here we go. Starting this off, Brian. We're gonna let you we're gonna let you go first on our top one in the top left corner here. We have first Scream 5 and Bodies. So out of those two, which do you feel like? Yeah, heavy hitter for sure. Heavy this hitters. Is a tough one to knock out right at the beginning. But only one can move forward.
I love them both.
Me too.
All right, which one will I go for? All right, dang, dude, it's so tough. Scream 5 probably. It's close. I don't know, man. I love Bodies. It's a whodunit, but it's almost like Bodies isn't going to get a sequel. They did the April Fool's Day sort of ending to it, and you're like, that's it for it. And I laugh my ass off every time I watch it. I also laugh my ass off watching Scream 5. So.
I did too, man. I had a really fun time with that. I had a fun time with both of them, honestly. But I do agree. I think, yeah, I got to go with Scream 5 too. You know,
yeah, but Scream 5, and just the killer reveal. I love both reveals too. I was like, with Bodies, it's something you've never seen before, though.
Right.
You're like, all right, I've never seen anything like that, and that was hilarious too. So, but the Scream 5, it just seems like, all right, we've done the 2 killer thing a couple of times already, but I love Jack Quaid, and I liked Amber being the reveal, even though Amber's so short. I go like, I'm tired of these short Ghostface girls.
Short Ghostface.
Oh yeah,
that sounds like the new Machine Gun Kelly song.
Because I was like, he's an athlete. I know he could kill everybody. I was like trying to detect if that, like, how's Chad gonna be revealed as the Ghostface? But that's why it totally shocked me too, and I didn't think they would do that. And then the Dewey kill, and totally like launched that franchise up. That Scream 6 is I'm feeling so much hype for Scream 6, way more than Scream 5, because I think people are a bit let down by Scream 4. You know, like Scream 5 sort of had that hype, but now Scream 6 is just in another atmosphere, it feels like.
Oh, yeah, dude, I'm super pumped for 6. I honestly, I feel like it's going to be better than 5. Like, I just got a strong feeling for it. It feels like something I haven't seen before, but Scream 5 kind of rested on its laurels a bit, in my opinion. I still really liked it, but that was my one big thing about it. I wish they would have even jumped even further into the weird pool a bit, but I still really liked it.
Oh, yeah.
And to talk about bodies, though, before, because I think we're both kind of on the same page about it. Once again, unless someone wants to throw a vote out there, I think I got to go with Scream 5 as well, just because I like my one thing about bodies is that ending is right. Is that something we've never seen before? It's awesome. Yeah. It's totally different. I love that aspect to it. But the characters themselves, I don't know, man. I just wasn't huge on them. That's totally the point. Too. But I really enjoyed watching the characters in Scream 5. Like, that's a movie I'll watch over and over again moving into the future. Bodies, maybe not as much. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, I like the characters too, though. I wish I was partying with them. You know, like, oh, mansion party, hurricane, cocaine. Oh man, it seems like a fun time.
I could deal with Pete Davidson in that role if we were partying in that nice mansion. You got a point. You got a point.
Yeah, like Pete's mansion. It just seems like a cool crew to kick it with. I mean, they're all deplorable people though. But that's everybody you kick it with in your 20s are deplorable. So.
I guess I would know. I guess I would know. No, totally kidding. All my friends out there, all the love. But yes. Okay. Well, if no one has anything else to say about that, then Scream 5 shall move forward. Yes.
Right. Yeah, I'll see. It seems like a consensus Scream 5.
It seems like majority's Scream 5. All right, so Scream 5 is moving on. I'm gonna highlight Bodies red. Unfortunately, that is the first one out. Still a great movie, though. Once again, I don't want to say like it's God, it's so awful. But
all these are like must own. I bought these all like day one they came out. Like I love both of them. Yeah.
This is going to be tough. Like, just looking at the other ones, there's a Pearl and X, I think is going to be ridiculously tough. I really don't. I'm still kind of on the fence about that one.
Yeah, I would like to morph them into one movie because they both came out in the same year. I think you put both of them together, they're still not as long as Avatar, you know? So they could be considered one movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like compete against yourself.
Right. That's why I had to put them together, though, because it's like, they're both from the same director. They're in the same franchise. I had to put them together. Yeah. So, but
I know X you could watch. I mean, like Pearl you could watch with your family. X is like, I don't know, if you could watch boobs around your mother or something. it's not family oriented as Pearl, but I love both of them.
Oh yeah. List. Do you want to do that one next, or do you want to do Prey and Hellraiser? We can go down like the left side here, or just bounce back and forth.
Oh, I love all these movies. I don't know. Yeah, because this is almost like doing an East bracket versus West.
Yeah.
That
might be fun.
Pearl and X, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck it. Yes. Screw it. All right. Pearl and X next. We have Pearl, which once again is the prequel to X that came out this year. Both kind of in the same franchise. Both great movies in my opinion. Brian, what did you think about these? Which one do you think has your vote?
Oh, this is a tough choice, Jake. Really tough. I mean, I love both of them, but X has boobs, and Pearl doesn't have boobs. But Pearl's funny. I love it. And I might have to go with Pearl. I might, but it hurts. It hurts me to say that because I loved X so much. We got Jenny Ortega getting shotgun in the face. I mean. But you have someone humping a scarecrow. Oh man, I love that too.
I can't argue with that. You know what I mean? It's so the both of them I think are fantastic. Damn, dude, I think I got to go with X though. I loved Pearl. I think Mia Goth's performance in Pearl trumps X in my opinion. But I think my thing about X that I love even more, I think every single character brings something to the table. I can't quite say that about Pearl. I think Mia Goth is so good in that movie, but in X, every single character has a purpose, does something to further the plot. They're great characters to like watch and hang out with, essentially. I think I got to go with X personally. Damn, we're going to need a tiebreaker on this one. But
I can see it. I'm not mad at it. I go, well, Pearl's, I laughed my ass off on both of them, though. Like,
Right, right.
if you shoot it this way, it looks like it's cock. I go, that's funny. Like I watch, none of these movies really like, oh man, this scared the shit out of me. I just have a great time watching all of them. It's like, what's the most rewatchable out of them too? I go, well, Pearl might take too long to get to some kills, but when they do, and I just love the crazy aspect girlfriend of it, because it's felt like many relationships I've been in. Like I know Pearl in this moment, how crazy she's acting. It's so relatable. Like, yeah, when she's yelling at that guy in the barn, like, I do anything wrong, where are you leaving? I go, oh man, I've been there so many times. But I don't know. I can see why X. And then it's like Mia Goth, she acted her ass off in both.
Yeah, no, like absolutely. Not to discount her performance in X either, because like the dual role, it's super impressive. I just think, dude, that monologue in Pearl is so impressive. I mean, it's like I can't like I was like the entire time I'm on the edge of my seat thinking to myself, when is this shot gonna break? Like what does the other side of this look like?
You know what? I was thinking we were gonna pan back over to her and she was poisoned or dead and like laying there, and I was like, oh man, and it's so tense and you don't know what. But on rewatching it, you just go like, well, if you're in a drama class or something, of course someone's probably doing that monologue somewhere.
Right.
It's just great and revealing, and she had a baby, and I love that part.
Yeah. It's so I'm really just at a loss here. I'm almost like to the point where I'm like, we should flip a coin. I'm almost there.
Or X with Kid Cudi too. It's so crazy. Like I was a fan of his music and stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, dude, this guy can act too.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, absolutely. That was really shocking to me. I remember when that movie got announced, I was like, Kid Cudi? Like I like him, but I'm like, I don't know if how well he's gonna do as an actor. And honestly, guy kills it, like really kills it. I thought he was super funny. The hanging dong scene was hilarious.
So many brave actors in that one. Brittany Snow was brave. Kid Cudi had to show his butt. That's brave.
That's so funny. Well,
Mia Goth, she's so brave too. I mean, yeah.
Everybody in that movie.
And Jenny Ortega, it was like Church Mouse. Oh, that was so great. And she decided to film the porno anyway, and it pissed off her boyfriend.
You can hear a pin drop in that room when she says that.
Right? Yeah, just like what?
I want to be in the movie. I want to do a scene in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see X or Pearl, so I don't know. How did people vote on this? Did they vote on X or Pearl? What's the consensus?
Savvy Film Geek threw $2 in there, giving the vote to Pearl. So right now we have 3 votes for Pearl, 1 vote for X. So in another minute here, I'm gonna close. I think I'm gonna close the poll, and then we'll move forward. And right now, Pearl is in the lead, so Pearl will take it, unless someone else has something else to say about that. I was seeing a lot of X's though.
I think I've seen a lot of X's in the chat as well. So it's like it's pretty close. I don't think it's like a clear cut.
No. I honestly. Once again, I loved both movies, and like me personally, I probably would side more with X, but it's so arguable. It's super arguable.
Yeah.
I loved both personally, but yes, Savvy Film Geek. Thank you so much for the $2. I really do appreciate that. I think that might have to do it, unless
I see a lot of X's, X.
I know, man. Shit.
Yeah, I want X wins.
Maybe X wins. Should we give it to X or?
I see a lot of X. Oh man. Maybe if they do like number 1 or number 2. I know that's how We Watch a Movie does it.
Number 1, okay.
Like, but they're short words. Like we're seeing a lot of X's, and I don't know. It's pretty up there.
It's tough. It's real tough. Maybe we can come back to this one if you want. We can just keep the score how it is now and then move on to the next thing. And then
someone says Pearl wins. All right, is anyone going to count this?
Yeah. Well, for now I'll move Pearl up, but if someone else wants to change that, I'm not gonna highlight X in red. Not quite yet. So, but I'm like I said, I love both of those movies so much. I think they're both fantastic. So it's gonna be tough. It is gonna be tough to say.
I need like a tiebreaker. Like all right, 3, 2, 1. The most votes now.
You know what? I'm flipping a coin. And
all right, flip a coin, sure.
Brian, heads or tails while it's in the air?
All right, heads.
It did land on heads. I don't do the flip thing. So we're sticking with Pearl. Heads. There you go. For those who can't, well, it's out of focus now, but I promise it's heads. That's a penny too. I should be flipping I should be flipping something else probably, but screw it. Screw it. We're having fun. All right. Moving on to the next thing though. For now, we have Prey and Hellraiser, for both Hulu movies, which is why I put them together. Brian, how do you feel about these movies? Which one do you want moving forward?
They're very good choices, Jake. I like this pairing too. Like you said, both Hulu movies, both from their respectable franchises, both from previously dead franchises. These are both revival movies pitted up against each other. So
another tough
how to pick which is the best one. I mean, they sort of recasted Pinhead, and I bet if Doug Bradley would have been in that Hellraiser, it might have edged it up a little bit more for me, And we didn't see Pinhead for the first hour or so.
Yeah.
So
I'll give you that. I like Jamie Clayton.
Also, sort of like that same deal. I was like, all right, man, we're messing with these Indians for a long time. I think, look at my watch. I go like, dude, it is 45 minutes in until I think we see that bear attack, the bear versus predator scene. So, when I rewatch Prey, I sort of just skip to that part. So I might have to go Prey. I think Prey's the better option here, better lead, and just love everything they did to the Predator as well with the new weaponry, and the final girl was awesome. Yeah.
No, dude, I gotta agree with you. I actually did really like Hellraiser. I thought the designs were sick, and the set pieces were also just gorgeous, as well in that movie. My big thing about it, though, I feel like it kind of just ends. Like, Hellraiser, it kind of was just like, okay, now it's over. We're... I was like, I was really expecting a bigger ending from Hellraiser. But I still really liked it. Like I said, I love the designs. I love David Bruckner. And the cast was great, too. But I think I got to give it to Prey. Prey's maybe my favorite Predator sequel. Maybe.
Yeah, because what are you going to do? Predator 2? I don't know. It has its fans, too. But come on, dude. It was really goofy. I don't know. Predators, I like it's a solid series, but Prey's obviously like one of those movies you're like, whoa, I wish that was in theaters.
And
we missed out on seeing that in theaters.
That's another reason why I think it's maybe my favorite, is because it feels very underrated. Once again, another movie that feels like an underdog, because it didn't get a theatrical release, and it's so good. It probably should have. It got like a shit ton of views on Hulu. It's a shame. It's honestly, it probably would have made a lot of money if it went to theaters. And there was so much work that went into that movie too, like just watching all the behind the scenes stuff, the Comanche dub and stuff. It's like big historical movie. I got to give it to Prey too. Consensus in the chat seems to be Prey as well. So I think we're gonna have to make that one move on.
Is that consensus? I think I don't even see one Hellraiser in here.
Yeah.
So this is, I think that's a clear cut consensus.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if we get more maybe it's like it sets it up for like maybe a Hellraiser 2 would actually be really better. They set up this villain at the very end. The thing is pulling his nerves. I want an idiot too. Like, hey, I'll choose sensation. Are you crazy? These people put pins in their heads and twist their nipples and all this stuff. No, you dummy. I don't know. You should pick like, hey, I'm gonna live forever. Because the whole thing, they switched up the lore a lot for a lot of people's liking, I believe too. Like, it's not if you solve the box, you have to solve the box and then get cut with the knife. But it's like, I even put in my video, like, wear some gloves. You know how dangerous this box is. That's all you have to do.
I'm going to be honest. I thought that was interesting. But it wasn't like, it didn't seem to really go anywhere because of that ending. Like you said, like the guy just picks it was just like, why would you do that? After everything that has happened, why would you say that?
I like it's sort of like if you want to kill somebody, you just like, all right, I'll solve the box and then and stab somebody with it. Or they stabbed one of the Cenobites with it. That was so cool. Like, I liked all that plot stuff, but it's just Prey's a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think Prey was the clear winner there. Like I said, like Hellraiser. I love David Bruckner too. He makes some great movies, but got to go with Prey on this one. But moving forward, because we got to keep this steam train rolling. We got Smile and Barbarian. And this is maybe the toughest of the standalone movies from this year. I really loved both of these a lot. How do you feel about this, Brian?
These are like two first seaters, dude.
Yeah.
I know there's people out there who said Smile's their most favorite horror movie of the year, and the other people say Barbarian. So tough matchup, meaning it's very tough. They're in the same division and all that. Smile and Barbarian. And Smile was such like a big surprise. It was going to come out to Paramount Plus initially. So you're like, yeah, it's the little movie that could. And Barbarian is it sort of maybe takes a while for me to get into Barbarian. But Justin Long, he's such a dipshit in it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love so fun to watch characters. It's like, but I love Smile as well. Let's see. I don't know. What's your choice, Jake? I need some more reasoning before I cast a vote.
So you made a really good point, Brian. Like both of these movies are kind of underdogs. Like Barbarian was in production hell for years, and everybody passed on it, and finally it got made. So we're talking about underdogs tonight. A lot of these movies are. Same with Smile though. Smile was just he just had a proof of concept. It got picked up by Paramount, and suddenly it makes a $200 million at the box office. Smile is more successful than the new Halloween movie, which is like insane. That's like crazy numbers for an original horror film. So both of these are huge hitters for me too. I was terrified by Smile. I got to give Smile the edge on the scary factor, honestly. I haven't had a jump scare movie really affect me in a while, and Smile got me a few times, man. Smile was really scary, but I think plot-wise, I liked Barbarian a little more. I was really just I never knew where it was going next. Like Barbarian threw me for a loop so many times. I literally bought tickets to the next showing after I saw it because I was so impressed with it. I saw it at like 7:30, and I was up all night just watching this movie twice.
It's partially because of the marketing. We never saw anything like, what the hell is Barbarian about? Yeah. I was thinking like, oh, you might go inside another dimension or so. I thought because all you heard was like it gets super crazy, and the monster was very cool. And like I said, it's sort of like the movie resets itself, and then you're like, oh, now we're following Justin Long again, and his story's very funny. I love Barbarian. I might have to say Smile.
Ooh, okay.
No, it's hard. I'll go with the crowd. It's so tough because I love Smile. Smile has like more jump scares per like minute or something like that. They have more scares, and I remember seeing that with my girlfriend. She just so scared. She's like, I gotta go for a walk. Smile's really freaking me out. Barbarian's like, okay, it's more creepy in the atmosphere. Gets you for a bit. It's just like, what do you prefer? So, but maybe Smile has more gore in it. I don't know.
Smile did have a lot of. I was really surprised by that, actually. Yeah. I was expecting jump scare heavy movie. We got a lot of gore too. I was like, wow, this is kind of the best of both worlds when it comes to horror movies. I really like Smile. This is a tough one. But we have 2 votes for Barbarian here. Smile made me frown. Barbarian wins easy from Justin Proper. Thank you for the $2, man. I really appreciate that. That's 2 votes for Barbarian, and we also got 2 votes from Carrie as well, saying Barbarian floored me. LOL, Smile was okay. Sosie Bacon was fire though. I do agree with you there, man. Sosie Bacon was incredible in that movie.
Oh, yeah, she is. She's like a hotter, older lady. Like, she's not no 20-something high school student or something. So it's like a perfect, like, final girl career woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny, too. It had its jokes. Like, and Barbarian had some good jokes in it, too. So it's hard. That's why it's such a good matchup. They feel like the two, like, almost like in the same, like, jokes and stuff. But the curse element of Smile is very cool because I was like, well, how you gonna beat this curse? I love sort of these high premise like curse movies like It Follows and such. Like I just would like, which one would you like to see a franchise more? Like these both could like beat Smile 2, Barbarian 2. I don't know. I might say Smile.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of. So it was a lot of Barbarian at first. Now I'm seeing a lot of Smile, which is crazy.
Okay,
once again,
so
I don't think
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I'm seeing 4 or 5 Smiles. I don't know.
Just about every, and Mr. Rick, thank you for the $2. That's 2 more for Barbarian. I with all the super chats were Barbarian too. So I gotta give it that.
All right. Maybe Barbarian. What was it like 4 to 6 something?
Yeah. So I think that one has to. I think that one's got to move forward. But once again, like, not to discount. Oh, whoops! I'm spinning this thing around. Not to discount Smile though. I mean, what a kick-ass horror movie. Seriously, that's both of these movies are in my top 10 personally for the year. Like, easy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt.
Got to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So don't just because something doesn't move along doesn't mean it's bad or anything. I think nearly every movie on this list it has some kind of weight to it, something that kicks ass. So
I think all these are must-owns. Well, maybe a couple. Once we get to the ones I go like, no, you don't have to own that one. Or Smiles on streaming now. Like, all these movies are recommendations. Everybody should see all these movies already.
Yeah, I tried to pick the most popular ones from this year. Like, there was more. Trust me, there's more movies I wanted to talk about from this year too. But I tried to pick the most popular ones, the ones that like fit together. Like, we're about to talk about Deadstream and Terrifier 2. I thought that was a good combination. Both of those are good. But yeah, actually, just getting right into that. Deadstream or Terrifier 2? I don't know. Did you see, Brian? Did you see Deadstream? I think this was on your 16 list that you sent me.
It's such a refreshing movie and a Shudder exclusive. Like, you guys support Shudder. Shudder's awesome every month. And yeah, just awesome found footage. Like, I really don't like found footage movies, but this one won me over. So, and it has that Evil Dead 2 sort of humor to it. It's not quite like a parody like how some horror comedies do. But yeah, but if you're comparing that versus Terrifier 2, oh man, I'm sorry. I don't know, dude. It's Terrifier 2 it's a slam dunk for me, Terrifier 2 over Deadstream. But Deadstream's awesome. I love Deadstream as well.
This is really tough for me because Deadstream kind of blew me away. I went into this movie because I knew that Joseph and Vanessa Winter, who directed the film, they also worked on VHS 99 from this year, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't really know anything that they've made, so I was really excited to check out Deadstream, and I went into it with pretty decent expectations, and honestly, blew me away, blew past my expectations for a found footage flick. It truly is Evil Dead 2, but found footage, and I loved it, man. I really love Deadstream a lot. I had a blast with it, but Terrifier 2 is one of the coolest horror movies I've seen in 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I can't believe that movie got made and was I can't believe I saw that movie in the theater. Like, I'm still
it's insane. You're watching that in theaters like, I can't believe they're showing this. It's not how gory it is. It was really over the top.
Yeah,
I mean, some of them were cool until you got to that alley bedroom kill, and you're like, whoa. Because what the first one was, they saw the woman in half. You're like, well, how are they going to top that? They're like, no, we're going to torture a woman for 10 minutes. That is a short film, that alley death. That was like, whoa.
Dude, it's so upsetting, man.
Yeah, and Terrifier 2 is hilarious too. Like, Deadstream's funny, but Terrifier 2, like, he has to go to the laundromat, and I laugh my ass off during that too. And seeing the girl there, and the guy just watching, like, what the hell is that about? So art is just funny, and it's all the stuff that I want from a slasher: good gore, good humor. It's just a really fun time. It might have been a little bit too long, but, it's still probably one of the best horror movies of the year. And Deadstream is also really good, too. But, yeah, then, which one will I watch over and over and over again? I have to own Terrifier 2. I watched it 4 or 5 times already, probably. I'll probably watch it 4 or 5 times more. Deadstream I might watch again. I don't know. But Deadstream was awesome too. As soon as you watched it, you had to show your girlfriend. You had to tell other people about it. Like, dude, and watch Deadstream.
My friends missed it like in the theaters, and I felt really bad. So I have the Steelbook coming. We're all gonna have a party and just watch it. It's gonna be a great time. And that was one where if you missed out on horror this year, you had to see Terrifier 2. Like that was the one. If you had no other time to watch horror movies this year, man, Terrifier 2 is the one you had to have seen, I think. But Justin Proper is saying, if Violent Night can't win, it must be Terrifier 2.
Yeah.
I imagine that's how he's saying it,
a horror movie. No, it's horror adjacent.
You had Santa Claus killing people with a sledgehammer. I'm like, yeah, that's at least adjacent, you know?
Yeah, that's adjacent. Look, that sounds... Terrifier 2 might be considered for an Oscar. Yeah. Well, no way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe best original song. What's beating Clown Cafe? Right?
Oh my dude, if they played that at the Oscars, I would lose my mind. That would, oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Oh, they have to have art involved in full regalia out there presenting or something like that. Something. It could get nominated for best effects or something like that.
Dude, it should.
What more than Terrifier 2?
Nothing. Like literally nothing. So no, I totally agree. And that once again, and this is another thing where I don't want to shit on Deadstream either, because this was the Deadstream was probably the biggest surprise of the year for me. Terrifier 2 I kind of knew was going to be good, but man, Deadstream blew my mind. I was really just like, I can't believe this was so good. So Deadstream was awesome, but I think we got to give it to Terrifier 2. I'm also seeing just the majority of the chat has said Terrifier 2 as well. So.
Well, Jake, what do you think about Terrifier 1? I mean, Terrifier 2, I think, is just... It's the Terminator 2 of the even though Terrifier 1, I'm like, okay, but Terrifier 2, I go, oh man, I just love it. Like, it just takes everything up to the next level and just does every single thing better. I think it could be considered one of the best like improvements of the original.
I couldn't agree more. I think you said it perfectly. It truly is the Terminator 2 to this franchise, and I really do enjoy the first Terrifier. I remember seeing that for the first time and just being like, man, I haven't seen a slasher movie like this in a while. This feels really refreshing. It's nice. I kind of, you had to look past some of the issues with it. You know what I mean? Like obviously some of the plot wasn't really there, but it was okay. The gore was just amazing. I was so blown away by that, and David Howard Thornton's performance. Truly something special in that first one, and I think that's why they built up to Terrifier 2 here and made it even bigger, even more elaborate, and turned it into what I think Damien Leone had always envisioned that story to be with the sequel.
Or just Terrifier 2 launched my channel into like another atmosphere. You know, like I did a kill count about Terrifier 2 and it got 800,000 views, and then I did a short about Terrifier 2 that gave me like another 2. So that one movie is like responsible for like 1 million something views for my channel, and I just go, wow, without Terrifier 2, I don't know how October would have looked, but just I can't wait for Terrifier 3, you know, like right after it's done, and then it has a post-credit scene like it's a goddamn Marvel movie. It's so great. And he had Chris Jericho at the end, and you're like, well, his head is still alive. And it just reminds me of like old school slashers when they're not really dead and they're more of like a supernatural thing. We haven't had that feel in a long time, and Art the Clown's obviously going to be a horror icon going forward.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more with that. I'm so pumped for 3. Yeah, I'm so pumped for 3. And to go off what you said about it feeling like a Marvel movie, it feels like it's that big, doesn't it? Like when you're watching it, it feels like it's this big event in horror. And I don't know.
Because the final girl, too, she's like one of the best final girls that we'll have all year, too. And it was so like they mixed the fantasy. She seems like a comic book character, and hot as balls as well, and just she kicks ass, and you're waiting for her to become like this Ash, like, oh, she's finally gonna be like groovy and then kick his ass. And she got beat down, like, and when she's getting beat down, it was like Passion of the Christ. You're like, holy crap, how long is she getting whipped with chains and all that? It was brutal,
dude. It goes on forever, but it's so, like when it finally does end, though, it's so big. You're just like, yes, let's go. Like, she cuts his head off, and you're just like,
oh man, finally he's gonna get his comeuppance.
right. You just want to
Terrifier 3 to explain what happened with the dad, and they just like built such a great world there. Deadstream might not even have a sequel, so I don't know. just Terrifier 2 just seemed to like the whole horror community like yeah.
It brought a lot of people together, you know, and I think that's wonderful. So
I think Terrifier 2 is my 1 seed, Jay.
It might be mine.
It could be my 1 seed.
I'm between Terrifier 2 and Barbarian right now, honestly. But yeah, man, it's gonna be hard to argue with that too. Well, I'm really excited to see how it all shakes out, though. We're nearly there to the next part of all of this, which is gonna get even crazier, I think.
Oh, the semifinals, yes.
The semifinals, man. That's gonna get rough, I think. But getting through this, we also have Orphan First Kill versus Watcher Next. So both of these I feel like were underrated movies, which is why I put them together. Not too many people were talking about them, which I think is a shame, but I really enjoyed both of them a lot. Brian, what did you think about both of these films?
Orphan First Kill, awesome movie, came out streaming first day, you know. Watcher, I saw Watcher inside the theaters, and I don't think you have to own Watcher. I don't know. It's up there. Other people like it. I remember I think you're mentioning Haunted Hippie. I think I watched her best horror of the year. That's her number 1. So people actually put Watcher way up there. I love the lead. I love Mia. I mean, I loved her from It Follows. And I love all the other stuff she does. She has a good story about it, and The Watcher just seems like it's an hour too long, maybe, you know? Like, I like the whole thing. The acting's great. Like, it's not, there's way worse horror movies out there and stuff, but I would have to go with Orphan First Kill. I mean, it's just, and they used all practical effects here, and it's not, it's not going to beat out the first Orphan either, but I think it definitely wins in this category. How says you, Jay?
This one it's a little tougher for me. I think I do agree with you about Watcher. I really liked it. Like, I think it's a really well executed thriller, but it doesn't really do much else for me, unfortunately. I love the lead. I love all the characters. I think the whole story is very tight and well written. The gun thing is super predictable to me. That's my thing I noticed on the second watch. I'm like, man, this was obviously going somewhere towards the end. But I will say it's a good scene in the movie when you finally find out where it's all going. But I think I got to give it to Orphan just because like you were saying about the practical effects, how tough it was to shoot this thing. And I'm going to be honest, dude, I went into Orphan First Kill with no expectations. I was not expecting it to be good. And they made it really good. Like, I really I was actually pretty blown away. The twist is really well done. Didn't think they would be able to write another good twist in this franchise, and they did it. I mean, I didn't see it coming at all. I really liked Orphan First Kill. Very underrated movie. But I also love Chloe Okuno's Watcher too. Both are great movies, I think. I just love Chloe Okuno a lot. I love her movies. She's doing the next Fear Street movie. It just got announced, so nice. I wanted to put her on the list. Wanted to do a shout out, but I think I kind of knew Orphan First Kill was gonna win this one, but.
Yeah, I don't see anybody saying Watcher over First Kill, right? Like, it's a consensus.
Yeah, I think it's a consensus that Orphan's got to win. So it makes me sad. Trust me, it makes me sad. But I think Orphan's got to move on. So sorry. So sorry.
And it's done as a prequel, because at first hearing this, you're like, well, they gotta go in the future with it, but she won't age. And it's just such like a Michael Myers story. She's locked up in a crazy asylum. The lights are all flashing, and just her escaping was so much fun. And some of the CG really took me out of it. Like, dude, they're fighting on some CG green screen roof. I don't know.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. It wasn't as bad as Jeepers Creepers Reborn CG, but
my god, I hate that movie.
I'm sorry I brought it up. Like, I apologize for even bringing that movie up.
Jeepers Creepers Reborn was so bad.
I can't believe I paid money to see that. Like, I actually.
Oh yeah, I was like, I have to see it because I'm going to make a video about it or something. But it's almost one of the it's one of those movies like you're surprised you sat through the whole thing, and where like some people clap. Like at the end of that movie, that was the first time like I heard people booing, like boo, like they would have thrown popcorn or their trash at the screen. Like it would just went over so bad. And they didn't know how to jump. That's a bad movie. But yeah, we're talking about our favorite.
We're talking about the good movies, though. Yeah, we're talking about the good
movies. Great. The kills were cool. What else to say about it? It's fun. She seduced the guard to sort of escape. That was funny too. Like, why are you attracted to this little short midget girl? And she's a bombshell in real life, you know, like she's grown up and tall, but yeah,
dude,
it's just amazing that they were able to pull this off. Like they did they did the Child's Play thing where, you know, they made furniture bigger and they put all the actors on stilts and stuff to make her seem smaller, and it's just a better movie.
Yeah, no, I think I gotta agree. And like you said, man, to just all the practical effects, the attention to detail that they were able to make this movie. I once, and going into it with such low expectations, I think also really aided that too for me as well. And knowing that Orphan 3 is probably going to happen, as well as even an Orphan 4, which may or may not even be confirmed at this point, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, dude. Yeah, when this movie kind of came out, it had a lot of success. They even threw it in theaters, and it made like a couple $1 million or something. It was like, wow, okay, all right. So, this was a shock. Yeah, that movie was a shock for me, and I'm just really happy. I'm really happy it was successful. Really massive congrats to everybody involved. So good stuff.
I'm more down for an Orphan 3 rather than a Watcher 2.
Yeah, you know, that's a really good point too. Yeah, I can't argue with that. All right. Well, we also have Nope and Black Phone, which I think this is also going to be a tough one because I like both of these as well a lot. But I put these together because they're both Universal Blumhouse. They're not similar at all.
No. They're both different. Oh, maybe, I don't know. I think these are both these like horror movies you can watch as a family. Like Terrifier 2, no, you're watching that alone, or you have to get it. You know, Nope and Black Phone, it's for everybody. I think, yeah. And Black Phone, I don't know. I remember watching it with somebody. They're like, "Is this a true story?" Like,
it kind of comes off
Black
that
Phone
way, dude.
Doesn't seem like anything unrealistic that can't happen. And Nope is like, no, aliens eating people and stuff. Maybe, I don't know, but both great stuff. Jordan Peele's third movie. Jordan Peele's awesome. It's probably not his best movie, but I don't know. This is tough. I'm having a tough time here.
I am too. Like, I feel like both of these movies too, when I first saw them, I wasn't like, it didn't completely blow me away when I saw both of them the first time. Like, I liked them. I remember I was like, okay, solid 7 out of 10, solid 8 out of 10, one or the other for both of these movies. And the more I watch them, though, the more they've grown on me, and the more they move up my list. Like, Nope might be I think Nope's my second favorite Jordan Peele movie now. Dude, I know, man. And like, if you would have asked me that question all the way back in July, I would have been like, no, definitely number 3. I love Us, and I love Get Out so much. I don't think anything tops that. But man, the more I watch Nope, the better it gets, dude. And same with the Black Phone too. The Black Phone's really well executed.
They both had awesome mazes at Universal Studios. It was great. Like, but they did the Black Phone with Freaky. So, but you got to walk upstairs, and they used all the sets, and Ethan Hawke crushed it. Come on, like, he could get an Oscar for that. If I was in charge of it, I would nominate Ethan Hawke. Like, I would nominate Ethan Hawke. I would nominate Mia Goth for Pearl. You know, like, it's just like, wow, like, you could even impress somebody with your acting.
Yeah,
in a movie like that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think the strongest performance between these two is definitely Ethan Hawke and Black Phone. But at the same time, I love me some Keke Palmer. Like, she's awesome in Nope.
Yeah, she's awesome too. And it has more kills. I mean, Nope, and more effects.
Nope has like 2 super disturbing scenes, and the rest of the movie's kind of like a blockbuster. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And that's not a negative thing.
Too. Oh, Nope was a big theme for my channel as well. I got like 400,000 views off of Nope, and I was like, oh, I got to follow it up, or I was going to do a skit, and it just like, oh, I'm going to be a monkey, or I think I said I would box the monkey, because I love that. I was like, man, if that monkey was acting up, I would try to blind him or something. Now I go like, I want to try to survive with facing a monkey, and I don't know. Maybe that's why I did well because it got higher engagement. People are like, you can't beat a monkey, you idiot. It'll rip your fingers off in your face. I just love those sort of scenarios like that. So I would like a whole spin-off movie about the monkey or us versus monkeys that isn't Planet of the Apes or something. And it was such a real grounded approach to it. But it was also sort of like, it reminded me sort of like Pulp Fiction, where you're like, what the hell does this boxing have to do with this story over here? And then they meshed it together in a really cool way. So I might have to say Nope, but I really like Black Phone. And, like Logan Paul really hated Nope, and I know Nope has its, like, doubters and stuff.
That makes me want to root for Nope more.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, a lot of people said they didn't like Nope, and I could see why, but Black Phone was just, I think Black Phone's the more popular choice, so...
Yeah, I will say though, I think I'm seeing. Well, now I'm seeing some more Black Phones, but before I was seeing more Nope votes. Is what I will say. Gordy
Black
stole the show.
Memorable.
Black Phone was memorable. This is a tough one too. I'm not saying this one's too clean cut either. I think me personally, I think I'm going with Nope. As hard as that is for me to decide, but I'm seeing a lot more Nopes than I am for Black Phone. So. Here's another one for Black Phone though. The Black Phone, I thought Nope was overrated. As much as I enjoyed Ethan Hawke's performance in Black Phone, I came out of the movie just thinking it was all right. But Nope, on the other hand, had me thoroughly invested beginning to end. I will say this with Black Phone, I kind of came out that the first time I watched it, I was like, it was all right, But the more I watch it, the more I do like it. So I'm seeing majority. I'm seeing majority Nope, but Nope on Nope. Black Phone wins.
Nope.
It's starting to even out a little bit the longer I wait. It's getting crazier.
Nope. Black Phone wins. Oh yeah, Nope on Nope. All right.
All right.
It's a tough one.
Nope was hilarious. Black Phone. Shriek. We just got one for Shriek.
What? It's not this year, is it?
No.
Oh man.
Someone just tough. Yelling into the void on that one.
Which one you going for, Jake? Are you saying Nope?
I think I'm going Nope. Honestly, are you? What are you going with?
But we have an axe in the head and the dog.
I know.
And I go I think Black Phone has a better. I don't know. I always love a good sequel. I don't care. I go Black Phone 2 could have a sequel.
It probably will have a sequel. It made a lot of money.
The kid had special powers, could read stuff, right? You just don't end with that. You solve more murders or something. The police are going to go back to her to solve more cases, right? That's it. Or the guy's a ghost, or the guy snuck out. I don't know. I just Black Phone 2 could be a possibility. Nope. Seems like it's done. And Nope is also very interesting. It had to take me 5 times to realize, did the guy die at the end or not? Did Daniel Kaluuya die?
I think they left him alive, which was a little corny, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Because I think he died because I until I watched the subtitles, I had to put the subtitles on. It said horse shriek. I go, oh, it ate the horse. It ate him too. So,
but then he shows up at the end and he's on the horse.
I like a movie that does that. It's like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. I think it's heroin in there or something, but it's also did he die? Did he not? You saw him at the end, but it could have been her vision or her wanting him to be alive. And yeah, I might have to go with Nope, but yeah,
it's tough though, man, because
it's
Black
really
Phone
tough.
Kicks ass, dude.
Because if someone could, any tiebreak, I'm not going to go well, Nope deserves to win, but Black Phone is also really good. But Nope, I think should win an Oscar, dude. I think
I agree.
Nominated for something. Ethan Hawke crushed it.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. It's really tough. Infinite Sky is saying the digestion scene in Nope scared me to my core. It's rare something from a movie affects me so viscerally. Nice. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I think we're both going with Nope, and I'm seeing majority Nope in the chat. So I think Nope's got to move forward. That honestly kind of hurts a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. That one kind of hurts me a little bit.
Black Phone's gone already. If I would have bet money, I would have been that's at least getting out of your first round, But but
honestly, I thought it was gonna win. I really did. I was
really
genuinely like,
because I go like Black Phone beats Hellraiser, Black Phone beats Deadstream, Black Phone beats a lot of these others in the first round. It had to run up against Nope. Jordan Peele's got a bigger following. I mean, I like the other guys' movies too, like Sinister and such.
Yeah,
but it's his best movie as well. Scott Derrickson or something. Yeah,
I think so too. On it, I really like Sinister, but I think I like the story of Black Phone better. Like, does that make sense? Like, does that make any sense?
Makes total sense.
I like Sinister. Maybe is more scary though too. Man, that's actually if you want to do a comparison of something. That
but I'm saying like Black Phone feels more real. Like I said, like people thought like, is that based on a true story? And just like now, and the character's so cool. I go like, man, I want to buy that mask. I want to be Black Phone for Halloween or something like that. I don't know. That could be like a couple's costume, or me and my son. Could be like
oh my god!
And the
Can
guy
you imagine a couple's
blues.
costume with that? Jeez. Dude,
oh yeah, dude. I have too many costume ideas for me and my son already. I can't even come up with them fast enough. I think like because he's won the first year, I was like Myers and he was Loomis, and now I'm like, all right, maybe next year he's gonna be Chucky. But now I go, damn, that Black Phone idea is gonna be great. So.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Hell yeah, dude! I love it. It's fucked up and I dig it. So so good stuff. Next one. Some people may see this as an easy one, but I think this is a little tougher than some may say. I want to thank Sarah real quick for the super sticker though. Thank you so much, Sarah.
You know how to put them together though, Jake. These are great first round matchups. Both slasher movies. Both underwhelming, maybe sequels. Like my hype for both of these were through the roof.
Same.
Yeah.
These were, in my opinion, I don't want to say disappointments. That's not the right word. You know what I mean? These were the ones that I think I was expecting to be really good, but ended up maybe not being as good as I thought they were going to be. So that's why I put them together. TCM 2022 also comments on the Halloween movies, so I'm like, that's a good matchup, I think. To put these two together.
People both shitted on both of these sequels. It's amazing. Like, I don't know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All right, we'll start with that one because I think even more people go Halloween Ends over, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But dude, the gore was so top notch in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He bent that fool's knee backwards. I mean, he cut a girl leaving in half, and the camera panned from like outside to inside with it. Oh, just some of the kills were just so great. But some of the logic I don't like either. Like, he just fucked off his family. He just went, all right, man, forget that. I'm going to this orphanage or something.
Like, how did that happen? What? No
I don't
explanation
know.
to that.
They didn't explain that. I love going into backstory and doing that. Or I thought he was dating that woman too, like Leatherface. Like, all right, I got a wife and kids, which I thought was such a cool story. Like, hey man, I settled down. I used to kill and eat people back in the day, and that's why he had the chainsaw buried in his house. And he's like, all right, I'm getting back into action. They fucked me over, and now I'm gonna kill everybody. So I love the whole revenge plot of Leatherface in this. Like, the story drives it in this, and I don't know. But versus Halloween Ends, which is like a Christine movie, and I love Christine, so I don't know why people shitting on it. So what do you think, Jake?
So I'm really surprised by the chat. I really thought this was going to be a clean sweep for Halloween Ends, and I'm kind of seeing pretty middle of the road for both, which I think is really interesting. This is a hot take between the Corey story and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. I think I got to go with Texas Chainsaw, and just because I feel like I will definitely watch that one again, where I don't think I'll watch Halloween Ends ever again. Like, I saw it 3 times.
Never watch Halloween Ends again,
dude. I know,
Jake,
man.
I've been watching your channel. You at least dedicated 40 videos to Halloween Ends. Every single update. You might have did a couple of updates about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know, but you were so invested in it.
I was.
Halloween Ends is getting this Last Jedi treatment, I think. Like
that's fair. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, not even close. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
for sure. I think it actually has a lot going for it. It has a lot going for it that's really different, but I think it just doesn't land for me because, like, for me personally, I watched Christine right before I left to go to see this thing, and like, to me, I'm watching it and I'm like, this is literally the movie I just watched. Like, this is the same movie I
know.
just watched a minute ago.
I know. That's like, why you hate it is why I like it. I go, yeah, that's cool. I don't know. And I think this will grow better on people after the next Halloween comes out, I think. Because people are so pissed off. You did this to Michael. This is the last thing we see. Like, I settle down, dude. This is not the last one.
Yeah, no,
it's like I said, like I'm an old head. I remember watching Halloween Resurrection in the theaters. Like I know how to be let down before. I think it's the younger kids who are like, "Oh man, this is the worst thing ever." Drats.
It's not the worst in the first. Yeah, Resurrection is way worse than Ends. I think, like by a long shot. But I will say, dude, I think I still got to go with TCM 2022. Are you going with Halloween Ends? Just out of curiosity?
Yeah, I'm not. Even though I was just going on the whole spiel because I love both of these, and it came out on Netflix. You know, like don't worry about it, dude. You didn't have to waste a movie ticket. There's no hard feelings.
That's actually a great point. Great point, man.
I think people get too that upset about it, but well, it also came to Peacock. Like if I get Peacock every month, they put a bunch of great stuff on it. So I don't know the hurt feelings about either of them. I might go Halloween Ends just because I gotta see Michael. Yeah. So I guess we're split on that.
Dude, okay, well, we're split on that, but the votes are even tighter. Like, this is insane. Okay. So, right now, we're 1 for 1 with both. We have 5 for Halloween Ends from earlier, from Legion. John Smith put $1 in there, so that puts it up to 7 for Halloween Ends. Justin Proper put $10 in for TCM out of nowhere from left field. I know. And then, but then John Smith came in with another $5 for Halloween Ends, which I think puts Halloween Ends in the lead. If I did the math right, that was like suspenseful, actually, a little bit. I was like, oh shit, no way. I was just watching that. I'm like,
End stands showing up. I mean,
man. Wow, that's
dude,
awesome,
if you're a Star Wars fan or you're a Halloween Ends fan, just stick with it. There'll be more sequels.
Yeah, no, you're right, honestly. But that currently puts Halloween Ends in the lead by 1 vote. So there you go. Holy crap! Oh, and 2 more votes for Halloween. Okay, well, I think that seals it. Damn.
Does it?
Damn. Oh my God.
Oh, you were rooting for Texas Chainsaw? You're like, oh man.
I was kind of hoping CCM would win, but hey, man, I was expecting this too. I was like, yeah, Corey's story is probably gonna make it. When Ends ended, I jumped over the seat screaming. All right. Well, the people have spoken. Corey's story moves forward. Thank you all for the super chats. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. That was so exciting. Oh shit! But wait, it's not over yet. Justin Proper throwing another $10 in there. Holy! Oh fuck! Okay, now I gotta count everything up. Okay. Well.
Wow. Yeah, count that up. Those are some. Oh man!
What?
And if you think about the franchises too, like wow, Texas Chainsaw Massacre has been dead for a while. It's probably better than Generations. It's probably better than Leatherface. I don't know. I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well, and the video game's coming out. It's a hot property right now.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, man. Damn. Okay, so here we are. We're at 21 for TCM then. 21 for sorry, I'm doing a lot of math. Math is hard. Give me a break.
You do the math. Yeah, sure. Go over. H2O was one of the best earlier sequels. Maybe I don't know.
13,
it's tough. 13, it's 16. Tough. I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, both long franchises. They've had their share of shitty sequels. I mean, they both came. Think about how lucky a year we're having, where we were having Michael Myers, Leatherface, Ghostface, Pinhead. We're just getting spoiled at this point. We're just getting spoiled with all the slashers coming back with movies.
15, 16, 17. All right. So if no one else throws, I'm sorry. Math is really hard. I did not do good in school. So TCM is currently at 21. Ends is at 27. So wow.
Oh man.
Wow. Because John Smith
give
came
it
in
a
clutch.
Minute? Maybe overtime. I don't know. Halloween does is better than that weak ass H2O and wow.
I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds because we're at an hour and 6. So I'm gonna wait. Once we get to hour and 6, that's when the polls close. But currently, Halloween Ends is in the lead by 6 points. So
wow,
if someone throws in.
You have such a good audience, Jake. I mean, they're coming and showing up for Halloween Ends. I've seen nothing but hate on a lot of other channels and stuff, but this is where we can really appreciate some Halloween lore. Because your channel is so invested in Halloween. Of course, I watch for your updates, and like you were really quick about it too. Anytime I saw it on Twitter or Google, it's like you already had a video up about it. I was like, wow, super.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough making all that, doing all that last year. And trying to make a movie and keep up with YouTube was probably the hardest thing I had to do all year. I'm still recovering from all of that.
Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they're supposed to make 2 more, so it did well. Oh man, he came in with another vote.
Well, hang on a minute, oh, man. Uh-oh. All right, well, shit, man. That's 10. Fuck. That's this is tight, dude. Holy shit. All right, so that puts us at 31 to 27. I gotta count. Like I gotta count that, right? I gotta count that.
Yeah, I guess just give it a time limit or something. I mean, people are showing up they want it to move forward. I mean, the next matchup is gonna be good. I mean, this could. I don't know. Halloween Ends or Texas Chainsaw Massacre might just go over Orphan. I don't know.
I think whatever wins this, whatever wins this,
the semis or something. Yeah, it could. I don't know. It's tough.
It's tough to say. It truly is. Just incredible. So John Smith put another $2 in there. So Ends is at 29 versus 31. Oh my God. And so Justin put $5 towards a super sticker. Justin, I'm so sorry. I don't know what that goes. Oh, Justin's adding that to TCM. Okay. So that's 36. Holy shit. This is insane. And then Zom Leader Studios, Sean, my buddy Sean from Red Right Hand as well. Thank you so much. Once again, thanks for all the hard work you put into that, is voting for TCM over the Corey story. Oh, so that puts, man. Wow, this is a tough one. Holy shit!
So much love for Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm actually
dead in the water. I didn't see this many fans for this when it came out.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked. And that we're gonna call it there because we have TCM in the lead by almost more than 20 points now. So we're gonna call it there. Because I mean it's 46 to 29. Like.
Oh, man, okay. Yep.
Point, yeah.
Call it.
But Sean, thank you so much. Thank you all for the big super chats. Holy crap! I just want to say, I really do appreciate the love. Oh my God, John Smith. I have to count that. I have to count. What can I do, Brian? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Oh my God. So that John Smith actually puts Halloween Ends in the lead by 3 points. That sounded scary for another 5.
Whoa, man.
That's 54.
I think this is like a Halloween Ends telethon.
The Halloween Ends fans showed up. You know what? Honestly, yeah. I respect this so much. I might give Halloween Ends another chance just because of how much you guys are just killing it with this right now.
How many times have you watched it, Jake?
I've watched it 3 times. I gave it a chance. You know, I was fair with it. I really was. All right.
I watched it and then I edited videos about it. If it feels to me like I've watched it 8 times or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yes. No. I'm gonna watch it more for sure. I do want to just say one more time. We are calling it now. I really do. Like I said, I really appreciate the super chats. Thank you so much to everybody. But I'm so sorry. I have to call it now. If anything else comes in, we got to move on, or this live stream's gonna go on for ages. So Corey's story moves on.
Matchup.
It's truly, and that's another couple votes for that. So unfortunately, we do have to move forward. Makes me really sad. Brian, for you and for everyone else in the chat, I'm gonna give Halloween Ends another chance though, because of how crazy the passion was tonight for this movie. I respect that more than anything. You know, even if it's a movie I don't like. I love to see passion for horror movies. That's incredible to me.
I don't think fans will allow any Halloween movie to not make it out of the first round. I think that's it. It's like your team making the playoffs. You're like, dude, just get out of the division round, please. Just, have a good run at it.
Yeah. Now Corey's story has a chance to make it a little further. Wow. That was I don't know, man. That was insane. Seriously, I can't stress this enough when I say I just really appreciate the love for this movie. That's incredible. Wow, just truly incredible. You guys are amazing. Holy fuck, that's wild. All right. Well, let's move on now.
Both good slasher movies. I mean, if one of these is the most toughest matchup of this whole bracket, that's one of them.
Yeah. Wow. I can't. I think in the back of my head I was like, I think Halloween Ends is gonna win, but I didn't think it was gonna come that close. You know, TCM. Yeah. I liked it, but I wasn't expecting it to win. Wow. Okay. Blown away. Sorry. Okay. Let's go down to like we're in semifinals now, I think, or semifinals. We have Scream 5
quarterfinals. Yeah.
Quarterfinal. There you. Thank you, Brian. See, you got my back. I appreciate that. We have Scream 5 versus Prey. Brian, I'll let you go first on this one. Which one do you like better?
Ooh, this is tough. Well, not so tough. Scream.
Okay.
I'll get to the whole spiel about the reasoning. Scream 5 just, like I said, both of these are franchises. Both are sort of great, but I am thoroughly entertained with Scream from beginning to end. I mean, I love the first call, Jenny Ortega. I love where the series and the franchise is going. I mean, Prey, if this is the last Predator movie we're having it for a while, I'm still cool with that. But Scream, I need to see more. I need them to finish out a trilogy. I need them to keep making them again until we get a bad one. So definitely going with Scream over Prey here. And I don't know. I think this is a slam dunk. I'm not sure. I don't know how this will go. I don't know if there's a lot of Predator stands out there, but I definitely Scream 5.
Yeah, I really liked Prey. Like I want to say that. I think Prey is big movie for this franchise. I have never been huge on really like I like Predators. Like I think I really like Predators. Predator 2's okay. The fourth, the Shane Black one, whatever. Yeah, but Prey was like the first Predator sequel where I was just the first time I watched it, I was like, wow, that was actually really good. I didn't think anything would actually come close to the original. Nothing beats the original in my opinion, but I still really liked Prey.
It's the best one since Predator versus Alien. Even though that was not great, I mean, it's still something.
They're goofy, right? They're goofy movies, but they're fun. AVP movies are goofy. I watched those when I was a kid, man, and they just so much fun.
yeah. But definitely. Well, so how's the voting going for Scream? Is Scream 5 the clear favorite, or I don't know if anyone's voted Prey over Scream?
So Scream 100%. Scott is saying I can't say that Scream 5 was that great. I would put that probably in the bottom 3. Oh, so Scott, are you voting for Prey then? Hit me with that vote, Scott. Let's see what you got. What else do we got here? Scream. I'm seeing a lot of Scream 5. Scream 5. Scream 5 for me. I think it's mostly Scream. Yeah, mostly Scream 5 is what I'm seeing.
This is the most one-sided. This is the most one-sided one. It seems like.
Yeah. Lots of Scream 5s. Well, I think we got to go with that. I hate to call this one so soon, but. Yeah, I got to go with Scream 5. It was, the other thing about Scream 2 is it brought back this franchise, which has been dead since 2011. You know what I mean? Like, that's a huge deal. That's a huge deal in my mind. I think that's really cool that it brought it back successfully, made a lot of money, like a shit ton more than Scream 4 did back in 2011. So I'm really happy that this franchise is back and in full effect, too. So
what do you think it did so much better than Scream 4?
Advertising 100%. Like they just didn't. The advertising for Scream 4 wasn't bad, but it wasn't enough. Like I've seen some of the stuff they did to promote it, and it just wasn't really. I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't the right time or something. But they didn't really advertise it all that well, based off of what I've seen. And with Scream 5, the campaign for it was insane. I mean, they started it in like fucking August and kept it going all the way into January. I thought that was super impressive in my mind. I was like, that ad campaign was insane. The trailer may have spoiled who one of the killers were, in my opinion, but besides that.
Oh, really? How?
So, okay, if you go back and watch the first Scream 5 trailer, you can kind of see Sam stabbing Richie to death.
Yeah, she's stabbing somebody. Oh, yeah, I guess.
You can see his hair. Like it's very clearly Jack Quaid's hair. You know what, dude? I'll send you a screenshot of it tonight if I see it. I was actually bringing it up a bit because I'm like, well, this kind of confirms either Sam or Richie's the killer. You know what I mean? I'm like, well,
you figured that out? Oh man,
yeah, I made a video about it. I felt really bad actually, kind of saying like I felt bad being kind of right about something because I'm like, fuck, now people are gonna think I spoiled this or something. But I had no idea. I was just theorizing.
In the Scream 5 trailer, I go, where's that goddamn flamethrower? I wanted the flamethrower so bad. I was like, oh, cool. I was like willing for them to use anything else. I really liked Scream 5, but I go like, I want that flamethrower. And maybe we still get this flamethrower in Scream 6. I don't know. Maybe getting a shotgun. So, you know.
Yeah, we've seen Ghostface with the shotgun, so why not a flamethrower is what I say. I agree, man. Listen, I feel you there. All right, dude, I think this one's gonna be a little tougher. I'm gonna be honest with you. So we have X and Barbarian now. Or Pearl and Barbarian. I read the wrong thing. These both are very good movies in my opinion. Maybe in my top 3, both of these movies personally. Fuck. Wow. Tough. All right, Brian, how do you feel about Pearl Barbarian? Which one do you think is better?
Jake, it's a tough one. Pearl's very good and Barbarian's very good. Oh man, I might have to go with. All right, well, Pearl's the better acted movie, I think. You're right. Like if you're going up, yeah, I don't know. There's good acting on both, but Justin Long is the best douchebag we've seen in such a long time. Like just the way he had this whole speech about. Hey man, so what really happened with that girl? Well, you know, I'm a persistent dude. You're like, oh man, that guy's totally raped her. You totally get like that's your guy, that's your friend, but he's a piece of crap, you know?
And when he admits to it in the club, it's like kind of like fucked up. You know what I mean? Like when he's talking to his buddy about it, man, that's
like, but in his mind, it's not a rape. You know, it's like, well, you know, I'm just persistent and going through it because that's like legit. They don't think they did anything wrong. Like, no, dude, I'm just trying to be persistent. So you're like, wow, what a piece of crap.
So yeah, his character was so shitty, but it was also just kind of fun to see that. You know, it was just like it was one of those things where I'm like, I can't believe this is like we're focusing on this random character right now, and you hate him so quick. Like you hate him so quickly. You're kind of like in question if he actually did it or not for a bit, but then you're just like, wow, this guy's this guy's a dick, dude.
Or he just threw the laptop. Like, oh my god, why would you do that to?
Yeah, he's like, what? Why would he do that? Yeah, the longer you hang out with him, the longer the more you want to hate him. So I don't know. I thought he was a very well written character in my opinion. But like you were saying, dude, Pearl I think might have the acting edge just because I think Mia Goth's performance is maybe the best of the entire year in that. So this is a close one, dude.
Her and the Scarecrow and just the craziness of it. And if you love crazy girls, it's really fun to watch. And oh man. Barbarian's really fun though too. I mean, both great movies. I would have to go with Pearl. I don't know how everyone else is gonna vote. You're gonna vote the way you want to, but I would have to go with Pearl.
Man, you know, this is gonna be a shock for some people, I think, but I think I'm gonna go with Pearl too. And the only reason I say that is because I've seen Barbarian like 5 or 6 times. Maybe I'm burnt out on it. But I love the film. I think it's amazing. I've seen it like I said, like maybe 6 or 7 times. And Pearl is the one. I'm still thinking about Pearl. Like I'm still thinking about. I'll never forget her monologue when she is sitting there doing that whole bit, and she is. She is the craziest thing I've seen in a movie in years. The way it builds tension, literally just from her talking to a character. I just have never seen something like that in a movie. Man, I might have to give my vote to Pearl too, but right now what I love is the chat maybe is the most split of the whole night. Like this is the most split
I've got seen. Another one of these situations.
Yeah,
but these are not. Well, Pearl's not considered like a part of a franchise yet. Well, maybe because it's the second entry. Barbarian's the first one, so yeah, it's not a lot of like hard feelings here. So I don't know. Barbarian's such a good movie too. I see it as a lot of people's number 1 pick.
And that's totally fair, dude. I mean, like I've seen both of these as number 1 picks, and wow, shit, dude. I don't. This is so tough. I really love both of them.
Let's see if you could see better. I did enjoy Pearl, but it wasn't as scary for me as Barbarian. Yeah, so it's like, are you watching these to get scared? You know, like
that's a good point.
I get thoroughly entertained with but Barbarian, it takes a lot of time for the tension builds up for a long time. But it's so cool to see Bill Skarsgård. He did a great job in that too.
Oh yeah, and I really thought like how the trailer portrayed it made him seem like he was gonna be this bad guy and all that, but no, dude, no, where it goes, it's really shocking. So Barbarian really threw me for a loop. Pearl, I was kind of expecting it to be exactly how it was, but the performance really elevated that movie. Like it's exactly what you think it's gonna be, but done so fucking well. You know what I mean? Like it's done so perfectly, maybe even execution wise, even better than X.
Yes,
God,
totally two different movies too.
Yeah,
like when you're watching this, you're like, oh, it's gonna be like a '70s slasher porn thing or whatever. No, but Pearl just gives you something completely different, and
the score, the music in Pearl, I got to give over Barbarian too. Man, I don't know. Once again, maybe it's because I've seen Barbarian like 6 or 7 times, and I've only seen Pearl twice now.
Oh, only twice. I had to buy Pearl. Right? Barbarian came on HBO Max like pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
So.
I've watched it a few times on HBO Max now. I'll put it on if I'm just like, if I have nothing else to watch. I gotta buy Pearl though, man. That was such a kick-ass movie. Shit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm seeing it pretty both ways in the chat, but me and Brian here are both voting for Pearl. So I think Pearl's gonna move on. That's okay. That's probably the one that has broken my heart the most. I'm gonna be honest. Wow.
Over Barbarian? I don't know. Let's see if anyone's voting for. I don't see anybody voting for Barbarian.
I'm seeing mostly Pearl too. Like at the beginning, it was like kind of half and half, but now I'm seeing mostly Pearl. So I'm giving it to Pearl, man. That's a heartbreaker. I'm gonna be honest, but both of them.
Oh, the
both of them are great,
flashback scene in Barbarian. Well, maybe because we were talking about Pearl. The flashback was so cool. Or it's just like the logic too. So you rape somebody, then you rape their daughters and have daughters with their daughters' daughters, and it makes a mutant. So how long does that take? I guess it was like 40 years because it was back in the 80s. So
I love it, and the only indication of that too in Barbarian is the song choice, which I love. Like, well, and you also get like the house is renovated and stuff; it looks nicer. But like having that song, I can't remember how it goes. I completely forgot the song, but you're just like, oh yeah, okay, this is like 80s. Wow, that's. I don't know. I love a lot of things about Barbarian, but I'm seeing majority Pearl, so we're moving that forward. Izzy is reminding
we get Maxine next year or 2024, so we're already. Yeah, and it was so cool. I love the whole Marvel movie part of it, dude. We got a post-credit scene, so more horror movies with more post-credit scenes, I say.
Yes.
Because like the post-credit scenes are we have post-credit scenes that go nowhere. We're not getting Superman versus Black Adam or anything. Right. So at least like, Terrifier 2, they gave us one. I don't know. I wouldn't even mind Halloween Ends had post-credit scene where Corey's like, oh, his foot twitched or something. Like, he's still alive or some bullshit. Right?
They're making another one. They're making another Corey movie.
I am totally down. I'm down for it. So
I love Rowan Campbell. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be about Maxine, so you're like, well, Pearl's dead. Is Maxine gonna be crazy? Or I don't know. It's gonna be fun.
My running theory right now is I really think Maxine's going to be the protagonist again, but it's going to be about her father coming after her and trying to bring her back to the church or whatever.
Maybe it's like that's interesting. I can't wait for us to get like a real trailer. Like that's like something or a teaser, something.
Yeah.
Give it some more than Maxine on a, in the Hollywood sign. So
yeah. Right. Something more than that, I hope. I'm imagining she's going to be like a full-blown like porn star in the next one too or something. Like she's actually succeeded. It's 1985 now, so it's been 6 years. Yeah, I think it's going to be wild, man. I'm excited. I'm really pumped for it. So I think that's another reason why I'm giving it to Pearl too. I don't see a sequel to Barbarian happening. You know what I mean? I definitely we know Maxine is coming, so there's that too.
Yeah, who's going to move into that place next? I don't know.
Right. Maybe that
went to hell, so
maybe there's more shit going on in the basements of other houses.
Yeah, or Detroit's such a city, like It Follows as well. You're like a suburban setting, but so isolated. you know, so it was perfect. And how the police, oh, I love how the police just showed up and just went like, nah, man, you're all cracked by. I go, that's police for real.
Yes, that I actually really appreciated. I'm like, that's how that situation, unfortunately, would fucking go down, which sucks. But yeah, no, I totally agree. But Izzy is hilariously putting in Halloween Ends, gang. We got to regroup before round 2. It's coming up.
Man.
So watch out, Halloween Ends dudes out there. If you want Halloween Ends to win, it's coming up after Terrifier 2 versus Nope. This is a tough one too, Brian. Which one are you going with here?
I said I already put my name on it. I already said Terrifier 2 is my number 1 seed. So of course Terrifier 2's got to move ahead. Nope is good. I love Nope. Like, I'm similar to you, Jake. I saw it the first time. It was sort of like, oh man, I'm not sure, because you know we make videos and we try to get on the hype of it. So I sort of bought into a lot of hype of Nope, and it sort of subvert your expectations on the movie you painted in your mind. So, but still, I gotta go with Terrifier 2 over it. And I think it's a slam dunk as well. Like, I think this is coasting to the finals.
I do too. I gotta go with Terrifier 2. I loved Nope. Like seriously, the more I watch it, the more it moves up on my list. Every time I watched it with friends, and like, dude, they've like pointed out things that I didn't even know. I'm like, wow, I never noticed that. I'm like, that's actually so interesting. Every time I watch it, I find something else to appreciate. But I have to go with Terrifier 2, man. I've never been so floored.
I see 3 Nope. Say yep for Nope. I see 4 Nopes.
I've seen a lot of Nopes.
Man.
Wow.
See, I think they're doing that because I'm saying Terrifier 2 should go with the finals. They're like, no, you don't. You don't come on Jake's channel and tell us what to do. They're turning on me.
They're turning on you, man. Oh, jeez. Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised. I love Nope. Like, don't get me wrong. Love me some Jordan Peele. But man, Terrifier 2 was one of those movies where I was expecting it to be good, and it blew out every expectation I could have had for a film.
Serious.
The first time I watched it, I was instantly in love. It's maybe my favorite horror movie of the year.
Oh yeah, man. Me as well. It's tough. Like, I watch it and I got put it up there. And they're doing the horror convention circuit right now. The whole crew. They're coming to my city in in February. So hopefully get a photo with 2 of them, Art the Clown and the final girl and the boy. It's gonna be great. So Terrifier 2, but I'm seeing a lot of Nopes. I had to go I told you my love for Terrifier 2 and how it launched. It's the most successful. Both of these are my most successful videos ever. So I have love for both of these. Like, Nope got me like 400,000 views, and that was blowing my mind that I could get a video that high. But Terrifier 2 like doubled that, and I was like, I love both of those movies. I love how people love them so much. But I'd still go Terrifier 2, but I could see Nope is the more mainstream attraction for sure. More box office, Jordan Peele. I could see why it would win off its popularity, but I don't have to like it, but I think Nope would win on those respects.
Yeah, and I honestly, whatever wins this, whatever does end up winning, at this point, between all the movies that are still left, I think it's pretty fair game. I'm gonna be pretty happy with whatever makes it to the end. But man, Nope and both Nope and Terrifier 2 are easily in my top 10. I loved both of these films a lot. Nope is also kind of like, it's a blockbuster film. Well, it's an indie film disguised as a blockbuster film too, and I think that's another reason why I really appreciated it, for being so mainstream and yet being so fucking weird. I loved that a weird movie could make such big headlines and maybe even have some Oscar consideration. I think that's awesome. I think that actually really kicks ass.
Is it up for Oscars, right? Or
not yet, but they put out a little teaser trailer saying like, please consider us, or something like that for Nope. Recently.
Yeah, Gordy could get some love.
That would be great. You know what I mean? I think that would be fantastic. Terrifier 2, though, once again, was submitted for Oscar consideration. I don't think that's going anywhere, but
the song, Best Original Song. Come on, Art the Clown did all that acting too. I would, we're horror movie stans and we love that sort of stuff. So of course I would nominate Black Phone, Mia Goth from Pearl, Terrifier 2 for song. Art the Clown could get another nomination, but I I would hate to see Terrifier 2 lose this early. I don't know. I thought it would coast to the finals.
Well, here's what I'll say, Brian. So the chat is, I think, mostly saying nope, which is what I'm seeing. We're both saying Terrifier 2. I think we should flip a coin again at this point. Because I'm not seeing any super chat, so I think we should flip a coin. I'm gonna get something other than a penny real quick, because pennies are not good for flipping. Let me tell you. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna grab a quarter from the other side of this room that I'm in right now, which is nice and fun. Lots of fun stuff happening here.
Come on, guys, come on through for Terrifier 2. I see another Terrifier 2, Corey. There you go, backstory. We saw her left on the sour. There did set up more world in Terrifier 2. Like, what's the deal with their father? I mean, they didn't really give that a final conclusion to it. You know, maybe they're saving that for Terrifier 3. We're probably not going to get a Nope 2, but I could see why Nope would, you know, get the vote here. But come on, Terrifier 2 is the little horror movie that could. $250,000 budget, Kickstarter. Right. It's made for the fans. A 2.5-hour slasher epic, right? It's the horror movie. Like, at first when you hear that stuff, you're like, what the hell? How is this going to pull off? And they totally did. Like, I watched something like Terrifier 2, that $250,000 budget, and I just saw Bones and All, and that had $16 million. You're like, how the hell does that work? You know, like Terrifier 2, I bet part 3 was going to have a big ass budget of like $5 million or whatever. And it's going to blow.
I hope so.
Out. Yeah.
Can you imagine what Damien Leone could do with $5 million? Oh my god.
$1 million, right? That's
right.
The budget of 2. I mean, it's insane how great of a movie he made for such a small budget. And I'm such a dork. I went into the special features and they just went like, oh, we filmed a scene, but the door broke. So we went, fuck it. We're going to pivot and do something else. So it's like, he knows how to stretch a budget that far. And it's just amazing what he did. And just the story of that should propel it further. But Nope is also awesome. And I can't be mad at anybody's choice right here.
I will say, though, we have 2 more votes for Terrifier, so right now it is in the lead. So I think as of right now, Terrifier 2 is moving on. I'm going to give it another minute, though, because this one seems to be pretty tight. So I'm going to wait until we're hour 34.
It was Nope heavy at first because I was leading into it. They were like, no, we're going against you. I go, all right, fine. If Nope wins, Nope wins. I'm not mad at either of them.
I'm not mad either way, honestly, because I totally agree with. There's 2 big points about these movies that I love, like I was saying. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like, whatever.
See, Nope is. I don't know. I didn't see Nope in a lot of people's top 10s. I was surprised.
It's probably still in my top 10. I don't think it's like it. What I think when I first saw it, I was like, but it's moved up to my top 10. It's maybe like an 8, like a 9 or 8 on my top 10 list right now. I still, like I said, I still love it. That's not to say it's bad. Nope is kick ass, dude. Oh my god. One of my favorite movies just movies in general, not even horror.
I see a lot of Nopes coming in.
It's pretty close, man. I'm seeing a lot of Terrifiers. I'm seeing a lot of Nopes. A lot of Nopes, a lot of T2s. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one.
This is actually kind of nuts.
Right. What's the total count, Jake? Are you counting or?
Yeah, so we have 4 for Terrifier right now from just the chat alone. It still seems pretty mixed. So I think we're gonna have to give it to Terrifier. So I'm sure that's a heartbreaker for some. Trust me, it's gonna get more emotional before before it gets any less emotional. I think, especially near the end.
Hey man, Nope made it pretty far. It already beat Black Phone. I mean, yeah, maybe Terrifier 2 had an easier path, maybe through Deadstream, because I definitely would consider that like a 1C, but now we're getting into the nitty gritty here. This is the championship rounds.
This is gonna get rough here.
Oh yeah, the Corey story. That Halloween stands better show up.
Well, here we go with it, man. Orphan first kill versus the Corey story. Brian, hit me with your opinion on this.
Oh, you know how I feel about it. I know how you feel about it. I'm sorry, Jay. Corey, the Halloween ends did you so wrong. After investing so many videos and hours into it, that's what. Imagine if Scream does that same crap. But Scream's going to be an automatic hit. I'm going to love it no matter what. New York and everything. But Corey Story versus Orphan, that's a tough one. I gotta go Halloween Ends, maybe, dude. I'm going against the grain. I gotta go with the stands. I mean, Orphan, we might never get another Orphan movie, right? It's done. They did too. Good for you guys. But Halloween Ends. There's definitely going to be another Halloween one.
Yeah.
And Michael Myers will eventually live. There'll be another iteration of him. I can't wait to see what they do with him next. This is still not soured the taste of my mouth. I've seen a couple of people mention Halloween Ends still in their top 10. I mean, some of them. I think we watched a movie. Mike put it at like number 6 or something. He just came out with a video today about it. Yeah, I think Haunted Hippie and all them. They didn't even put that in like honorable mention. So, I'm pushing forward. Halloween Ends.
Hell yeah, dude. No, I appreciate it, man. I love, once again, I love the love. I'm personally going with Orphan First Kill. I was pretty blown away by the twist, but just because I really wasn't expecting it. Like I just really wasn't expecting it to work, and then it kind of did. It really did for me. I don't know, with the Corey Story, man. I think the opening scene is amazing. I think it's shot really well. The kills are incredible across the board. Even when it's killing, even when it's Corey killing somebody, it's still good. Like I'm like, these kills are excellent, man. I don't have an issue with that. But the overall plot of it, I feel like it's basically plagiarizing Christine to a certain degree. You know, there's a point where homage becomes copying, and I feel like that's, for me personally, I think that crosses the line.
The DJ kill, Jake.
That's awesome, dude. That's the best kill of the movie, in my opinion. I love that.
What if they do Michael like, and Michael kill 5 more people or something? Like, it's so watching. Like, I was really hoping we were going to get an alternate cut, like how we got for kills. You know, because if you watch the extras, it's like, whoa, they totally went further in all these kills, but sort of toned it down for this movie. What gives? So,
Ends is like a watered down version of the past 2 movies to me too. Like if you just even if you ignore the Corey stuff, like the humor doesn't hit as hard. The kills are there, but not as crazy as the previous 2 movies. I don't know, man. That's another thing. Maybe if that element to it was stronger too, I would be like much more invested in it. If the kills were like even crazier, but they were good. You know, I'm not to say that they were bad. It just wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't, like after kills, it was like, man, it's going to take a lot to top that for me. You know what I mean? Kill and gore wise, you know? So,
I mean, Halloween 2018 and Kills paired together so well. They're an awesome double feature watch. And then it's like Kills doesn't work that way with Ends. It's totally,
I totally agree.
Yeah, I thought you were pissed, Lori. What the hell? Now you're baking a pie and you're totally over it? Yeah.
She's a little too happy to be celebrating Halloween with her family.
Yeah, I thought you were crazy for 40 years, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, now he's on the loose and he killed my daughter. Yeah, well, whatever. Live and let learn. You're like, what?
I don't know, man. I don't know. The writing in that movie, I don't know. I just can't get behind it, man. I'm gonna give it another chance.
What were they originally going to do before the pandemic happened? Because it was supposed to be all the same night. Right. I think let's redo that. I don't know. I still sort of like Ends. I think it's better than the Orphan. I'm sorry. So the effects are better.
Commit to that.
I'm committing to it. But it's not like the Orphan shit. Like I like the Orphan First Kill as well. The kills were cool. She fenced for some reason. Oh no, the guy, the brother fenced, and he was a bit of a dick. And it was great how Julia Stiles did the turn on her. Like, yeah, and that was great. I didn't see that coming. And then, you know, you still had a lot of movie left. So
Right.
I could see why people like Orphan First Kill, but I think just being a Halloween guy, well, you know, I like the series, the franchise. It's going to move forward. I got to say Halloween, but Orphan First Kill is a great choice as well.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, I think the crowd has also spoken with this. We have John Smith for $2 saying Ends. We have Jalen saying $2 for Ends, and we have Izzy $2 for Ends. Once again, the Halloween Ends
going into the finals. Yeah. I think Ends can pass up Pearl, dude. The Halloween stands won't let that happen. I think they're just going to do that to diminish credibility in this whole bracket. To be like, guess what Killjoy Jake said was the best movie of the year? Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends, man. It's making it. I think it's gonna make it to the end. I'm gonna be honest at this point.
Yeah,
I love it though.
They're making it happen to the end. So I don't know. They'd just be so happy that way. I don't know.
Hey, you guys. I said it up front. I was like, listen, the people are gonna decide this. So. All right. I guess that's gonna be it. John Smith is coming in for $10 though. Thank you so much, John Smith. Saying I grew up watching Halloween 1978, H2, and Christine on VHS. Gotta defend Ends, and I love all three of those movies. They're all kick ass, and
hell yeah.
I will say Ends does feel a lot like all three of those for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I'm you know what? I'll hold my integrity. I'm still with Orphan First Kills, but it's Corey's story is blowing it out of the water. So we're moving forward with that. Thank you all so much for your super chats.
We can talk about that. Those all could be their own separate streams, you know. Those are great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All good. All of these are good movies. Everything on this list, I think we could talk about for hours, man.
Orphan First Kill, I expected it to suck. Right?
Me too. Honestly, me too.
The bar was so low, and I think the bar was too high for Halloween Ends. So maybe that's, yeah.
Well, and also coming off of, like, to me, I really like Halloween Kills. I know some people really
love
do,
it.
but I love that movie so much. I loved Halloween 2018, and I think coming into this movie, I was just expecting this, like, kick-ass, focused finale, and it's a little all over the place. It's more focused on other things, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I guess I was just really expecting something else. I also feel like if they didn't market it the way they marketed it, I would have felt totally different about it. I mean, they literally marketed it with like that last little bit of footage with Laurie and Michael. You know what I mean? If they would have been like, oh, you know, this is going to be something different for the Halloween franchise. It's going to be all about something else. I
was watching the UFC pay-per-view right before Halloween. It was in like October or something. They're like, right before the fight, all right, we are about to get to our main event, Laurie versus Michael Myers and Halloween. I was like, that's not even the movie. And they're setting up like a versus fight, and that was the last 20 minutes. Like, I don't know. Maybe if they put that end 2 kills, we would get the most complete Halloween movie ever, you know?
And, you know, dude, I'll tell you what, if the whole third act was about Laurie and Michael, I would have been okay with it. I think I honestly would have been okay with the first 2 acts being about this random other character, as long as it would have gotten Michael to Laurie. If that's what you were setting up and you had to spend 2 acts doing that, I get it. I understand. We just spent 2 movies watching Michael Myers run around, kill people, and I don't think I think that's the other thing I didn't want from Halloween Ends again. I didn't want it to just be another Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it wasn't that either, but I also just wish we would have spent just more time with focusing on Laurie and Michael as characters, because that's what this whole thing has been about. It's been about their whole vendetta against each other that, you know, may or may not actually be there. Maybe it's all just in Laurie's head. Maybe Michael's not really going after her. There's a big theme through this, and I feel like they just kind of dropped that in the last one, and it doesn't really connect. So I don't know. Once again, I'm, because of this stream alone, because I can't believe it's gotten this far. I knew it was going to win once, but I didn't think it was going to win twice.
Yeah, they're showing up for it. I think it could be Pearl. Like, I don't think so, but I think the votes will come in for it.
It might, man. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Damn. I don't know. I'm blown away so far. This is amazing. But before we get to that, let's talk about. So now we're in the semifinals officially, with Scream 5 and Terrifier 2 up to bat first. One of these has to go, and my God, this is gonna hurt. Brian, which of these 2 is moving forward? Which one do you want to move up next?
Wait, which one we're doing? We're doing Scream, or are we doing?
Yeah, Scream and Terrifier 2 now.
This is gonna be tough. Love both of them. Both of them are good. Oh, I'm 1 seed, Terrifier 2, and we're gonna get 3, Scream 6. All right, Terrifier 2. I'm going Terrifier 2.
Nice.
It's tough. You gotta make those decisions. This is a really good matchup too. Scream 5 revitalized the franchise, you know, like it's been dead after 4. What they plan to make 4, 5, 6, but that was the original Wes Craven plan, but just the box office wasn't there. But Scream 5 definitely delivered. Or who knows? We didn't think we'd see anything again after Wes Craven died. So it's such a treat that Scream came out, and they put that in. What didn't it come out in January? You're like, oh man, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, and it did really well for a January release. That's impressive. You know, you really got to give that to Scream. Love it or hate it. It made a lot of money in a pretty crap month for movies.
And they killed Dewey, right? So
right.
You had
what a risk. You know, like, damn. Sarah, I'm taking yours here as a vote for Scream because this seems very negative towards both Terrifier 2 and Halloween Ends. So
I see a lot of Scream 5s. 1, 2, 3, yeah.
And the chat is overwhelmingly Scream 5. So I'm gonna give 5 votes to Scream 5, but I'm with you, Brian. I gotta give it to Terrifier 2. I love Scream 5.
Yeah.
But dude,
Terrifier 2 is the movie that could. $250,000 budget. I mean, the story just behind it. It's the biggest improvement over a sequel too. I don't even think some people go Scream 5 is the best Scream sequel. People still go Part 2. I love it, you know. I think it's probably the best sequel to me. But just Terrifier 2 is just like there's no other movie but like Terrifier 2. There's no 2.5-hour epic mixing fantasy with it, with one of the most awesome new final girls to come out.
Absolutely.
I mean, and Terrifier 2 is such a horror movie. Like, you're like, there's no way they're ever going to put this on TV or basic cable. You know?
It feels like a taboo. You know, you're not supposed to be watching it. I think that's another element to it I love. My votes with Terrifier 2. We have 5 votes towards Scream 5, though. I'm this one. Okay, I'm gonna let this one hang a bit though because this one
I see Tim from Terrifier 2 by a mile. All right, that's one. Okay.
And once again, not to shit on Scream 5, but Terrifier 2 to me is just so much. I like it a lot better. I hate to say that, but I love Scream 5. I think it's a kick-ass movie.
Oh, but Jake, you made a fan film. You can't say that,
dude. I know, right? I can't say that, right? I'll get in trouble. I'll actually get in trouble. Scream 5 was kick-ass though. I think Scream 6 is going to fix a lot of my issues with it. I think my big thing about 5 is I wish I would have known the characters more. I don't feel like I got to know. I feel like I didn't get to know some of the side characters as much, and I think for the next one, I think for the next one it's gonna smooth that out. But I fell in love. I liked every single character in Terrifier 2, even the mom who kind of had a nice side to her, which was cool to see as the movie progressed. But yeah, my vote is Terrifier 2. We have 2 more votes for Scream 5 from Jalen.
Yeah, Scream stands. They won't let it die. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Not surprised even by a bit. I think Scream 5's moving on, but once again, I am going to let it linger for just a bit longer because we're in the finals. You know what I mean? We're moving into the finals here. Gotta let this hang. But yeah, I don't know, man. Is there anything else? So anything else about Scream or Terrifier maybe that you're like, yeah, this is just another cool element to it?
Oh, tons. I could talk Scream all day. Let's say like the reveal is so cool. Like the boyfriend, yeah, they did that again, but just the reveal. And I wasn't so crazy about Amber being the ghost face, but right, she just did crazy so well that I loved it. Like her getting burnt and then Gail getting like one of the kills was awesome. I wish Scream 5 would have stepped up on some of the creative kills on it. Like the car death. Like he got stabbed outside of the car. Even, we got that in the trailer, but I was like thinking, run him over or something. Like Scream 5 just has a bunch of stabbings, but that final act in Stu's house, it was great. Like,
I agree, man. It was kicking, and the killers were both great too. I loved Amber's reveal was awesome, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, just all of a sudden, just like welcome to the third act, like boom. Oh,
I know, bam. Like it was just like, oh my god. Oh,
it just came out of nowhere, and yeah. Well, even though I'm picking Terrifier 2, just Scream 5, I'm not mad at it. I go. Yeah, Scream 5 was also awesome, but Terrifier 2 also just the best gore you'll ever see. And what? He made this off of nothing because this guy wrote, directed, did the makeup, everything. Like, spent years on a Kickstarter campaign. Yeah. And Scream 5, we didn't think it would ever happen either.
Right. I guess I'm a sucker for indie movies, man. I just love when you get to see these like underdogs just win, and this was Terrifier 2 was the definition of that. So that was another reason why I'm just so akin to that. Scream is one of my all-time favorite franchises, though, so it's kind of hard to not say that too.
Yeah.
But Scott is also throwing $20 in there. Scott, thank you so much. That's a really big super chat. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everybody for the super chats tonight. Really, I really appreciate all the support. Scott is saying Halloween Ends was just okay. Bad choice to bring in Corey. It should have been the definitive battle between Laurie and Michael, nothing else. Loved the other two out of the three Green films. Kills was the best. Ooh, Kills was the best. Interesting. Okay, hell yeah, man. I don't know if that should be points towards anything, because that's kind of not the most positive towards Halloween Ends. But Scott, if you threw $20 in there, so if you want wherever you want that to go, we'll throw that towards it. So Scott, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate that.
I mean, if it's just a definitive battle between Michael and Laurie, it's a 20-minute movie. Like,
that's a good point, though.
You gotta do something. I mean?
I can't argue it. I can't argue with that, man. But I do think Scream 5 is moving on at this point, which makes me really sad.
Yeah.
But
I know, because I said once, you know what, Terrifier 2, you had a good run.
It had a good run. It made it far. It made it
two wins, you know. But it's time. Damn.
Crazy stuff. Well, now we're getting back to the Corey story.
Oh man, they won't let it die.
They won't let it die. It needs to die. I love that. So Pearl or the Corey story, Brian? Which one are you going with?
Ooh, Pearl's the better acted movie. Yeah, I gotta go Pearl. I'm going Pearl. Yeah. I was sounding like a Halloween Ends stan, like, oh man, or just Halloween Ends to the end. I like Halloween Ends. It was a cool movie, but it does have its mistakes. Everything that people say sucks about it, I can agree with, you know. But I don't see that much hate for Pearl. I mean, people might say like, oh, it took forever, or I didn't like it, but I like it better. So I think Pearl should go to the finals, but I don't think people will let it. You know,
dude. I'm actually kind of shocked by this too. Chat is mostly Pearl. I'm seeing mostly Pearl.
Really,
dude,
Pearl?
I know. I'm shocked. I'm shocked after how hard we fought for the Corey story. But no, it is mostly Pearl right now, which is actually kind of nuts. I think you know where I land on this too. I'm like definitely Pearl without a doubt. Just what a well executed.
Oh yeah, you're like Halloween Ends at all.
Yeah, well,
you're like anything's better than that. Yeah.
But even with all of that, I just feel like Pearl is such a well executed prequel movie. I mean, it might be my favorite prequel ever. I mean, I can't think of another prequel that tops it horror wise in my head, at least. Man, I don't know. I think for sure Pearl in my mind. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's my thoughts on it, but fuck. Once again, we're gonna let this one stew though. I know a lot of people in the chat are really a lot of people are really passionate towards this one. So
maybe Halloween Ends had a better soundtrack, right? I mean, they had the Cramps in it. I love the Cramps, and
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we're currently tied right now. 2 votes for Corey's story, 2 for Pearl from Jalen. Thank you so much, Jalen. Really appreciate that support. Corey! I don't know, man. I mean, like, I understand if you I get it if you like Halloween Ends, but I'm just like, man, Pearl is so well executed. You know what I mean? It's a kick-ass horror flick. But
man, someone just came in with $20 for Halloween Ends.
20. Oh my God, John Smith.
They won't let it die. They want it in the finals.
John Smith, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. You're really going for this. Prequels are lame. That's so funny. Damn. So we're ahead by 20 points now. That's crazy, man. John Smith, I love it. I love the passion. I love it, man. Holy crap.
Ooh, yeah, people. Pearl is better. Halloween Ends. Oh man.
That's wild, man.
It's the better acted movie, dude. Pearl and what else? They filmed it back to back with X. I mean, the kills are great. Come on, Crazy Girls. It's a better romance, maybe. I don't know. Her and Howard's the romance of it. They're both romantic, right?
This is actually kind of a good matchup. I'll give it that. Scott's throwing $5 towards Halloween Ends too, so we are now 25 in the lead for Corey's story. Wow.
Oh my God!
Shocked.
Don't you do it, guys? Don't you put that in the finals?
I can't believe I'm honestly beyond shocked by that. I mean, I get people like Halloween Ends, but that's nuts. Wow, man. Blown away. I love the passion for it though, man. I love it. That's incredible. Damn. Holy crap. Thank you so much for all the support.
Yes. But come on, Howard and Pearl, they're in love too. Who's a better love story, right? Because, dude, Pearl killed Howard's sister, and then they went, yeah, all right, cool. We'll stay together for 50 more years or something.
That's a bond right there. I mean, that's a bond, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even get Corey like, all right, I'll stab myself, and if I can't have her, I'm gonna kill myself. No.
Right.
Or they would go for like a Romeo and Juliet thing or something. Maybe she'll be upset. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, man. I think the romance there is just so much more interesting. Ends is kicking Pearl's ass by a country mile, which
damn,
is
you guys,
Jalen,
want Halloween Ends up there. You're gonna make Jake so mad. You ruined his bracket. I told you that happened.
I can't believe it. Like I was like, okay, some people will let the joke continue for a bit, but I'm like, shit, damn, y'all are insane. I love it. I love the insanity.
All the way to Scream 5, man. That's dude. I swear.
That's awesome. That's incredible. Damn, you guys are awesome. You guys are incredible. Damn. All right, well, there we go, man. I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm calling it, man. Wow.
Yeah.
That's the most heartbreaking one of the night, in my opinion. That breaks my heart big time. Neither Pearl nor X made it to the finals. Wow, man.
Pearl went far, I gotta say. Come on, if it wasn't Halloween Ends, right?
Yeah. I mean, you got a point. If it wasn't like something super mainstream, like maybe it would have had a chance. But
see,
wow.
This is what happens when you let people vote. Democracy fails.
Well, Brian, I'm gonna be honest. This one I think is gonna this is gonna be the hardest decision of the entire night. Right here. We're gonna linger on this for a long bit because this is it. The absolute finals right now, down to 2 movies, the very best of the year: Scream 5 or The Corey Story. Brian, which one are you going with?
This is easy. I don't know. Scream 5. That's not hard at all. This is not a. I was trying to be like, do I gotta be dramatic? But like, oh, that's a tough one. No, it's not that tough. No, Scream 5 easily. I'm mad. Terrifier 2. That's my number 1 seed. Scream 5. I mean, it just. I don't even know what you're doing here, Halloween Ends. What are you doing? Who brought this guy? How did it make it this far? I liked it way more than you, Jake. I watched it tons of times. And then, like, how I edit videos, I put the clips together and stuff. It feels like I watched it 10 times. Yeah. I think, like, Universal is block happy. I had to keep editing it and shortening it and blah, blah, blah to try to get it out on time. But, yeah, I like both movies, but I really like Scream 5 way more. Like, come on. And it happened in January, It started the year off strong, and it definitely, like, revitalized the franchise that we're getting a 6 and a 7.
Oh,
and, so Corey Story, I'm surprised you made it this far. You're doing this to piss off Jake and I guess. Shit.
And the other thing is, like, I just had a great experience with Scream 5. We have 10 votes for 5 Cream right now. Nice. Easily the best of the year, in my opinion.
Please.
Jalen, nice. Awesome. Gotta easily give it to Scream 5. I had such a great theater experience with this. I took all my buddies. We had a whole row to ourselves, essentially, and we're all just like, every reveal was just like a audible gasps throughout the entire theater watching that. It was awesome. With Halloween Ends, I think the theater experience also was another reason why I don't like it so much. The people sitting next to me, like 2 guys next to me, got up and left halfway through the movie.
What?
Yeah, they got up and left. They were like, the whole time they're just like, what is this? What's going on? So I think that also definitely affected my feelings on it, but I also just wasn't big into like I said, I've watched it 2 more times on what is it? Paramount, not Paramount Plus.
Peacock.
Peacock, right, thank you. I call it Poopcock because I think that's funny. but yeah, so I've watched it 2 more times at home too, and I'm still just not in love with it. So Scream 5 all the way. I've come back to this one many more times this month, and if anything's gonna win for the year, I think it's gotta be that one. Gotta be 5 Cream.
You made a fan film about Scream. What if they said Halloween Ends is Jake's pick for the bracket? Yeah.
I'll get in trouble if I don't pick Scream.
Yeah, no, dude, you didn't do a Halloween fan film and Scream. You gotta stay on brand. There you go. Right. Scream. Yeah. Best of the year. Yeah. All right.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it for bringing back one of the coolest horror franchises out there with Scream 5. I'll take it.
How would you rank Scream 5? Like top 3, top 4, top 5?
It's in my top 10. It's definitely in my top 10. Like, it's definitely there. I'm still... I think I have my top 10, and I'm going to make a video about that here soon, but I'm still not 100% sure. I'm still kind of moving things around. There's so many good movies. I have like 12 honorable mentions. I have 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be really tough to say one way or the other, but Scream 5 is absolutely in the top 10, like for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because Scream is one of the best movies of all time, to me.
Of course it is. Yeah. I mean, for horror fans, it's just like, hell yeah, dude. It's a movie. It's one of the first big movies that I feel like was just made purely for horror fans. You know what I mean? I love that about it. There's so many references, so many little like debates going on in the movie. There's a lot of fun things happening with it. I don't think horror would look the same without that original Scream from '96 either.
Oh yeah, the horror was dead at the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I remember seeing that in theaters, Jake. I saw that like 5 times in theaters. I'm such a dork.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous, man.
Because I remember back in the day, I think if a movie did that well, it would go out of theaters, and then they're like, no, it's coming back. So Scream actually like came back like a couple of months later. And then it had to come out on like DVD or VHS later or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely Scream 5. I don't see how you're just trolling if you're voting for Halloween Ends over Scream 5. It's ridiculous it got this far, right? Ridiculous.
I appreciate the love for it. I really do appreciate that. I think that's awesome. But yeah, man, Scream 5 beats it in like just every regard, in my opinion. Like the kills were excellent, the killers were sweet, the reveals were great. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, how'd you see this tournament playing out originally?
I think I kind of knew Scream was going to make it to the end. That's really what I've been focusing on with my channel. But I really thought one of the weirder movies was going to make it to the very end. You know what I mean? I kind of figured one of them would make it to the end here. So I thought
I was pulling for Terrifier too, but come on,
yeah,
it made it far. I'm happy it made that far. It got past Nope.
I'm happy about that.
It had a good run.
It had a good run. It made it very far. It's probably my number 1 of the year too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm giving it. I'm gonna give it another minute here. We're gonna go till 2:04, and then I think we're gonna call it for best of the year. Oh, holy crap! Unless anyone wants to change that, we got 40 more seconds for someone to vote for the Corey story.
Halloween Ends sucks. Yeah, I love Ends. Oh, there you go. That's another one for Ends.
Love Ends. Love that it went so far. I'm seeing mostly Scream 5 in the chat too, is what I'm seeing. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you have to call for Scream 5. Oh, there you go.
Here we go. Sarah's saying the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Enz is not taking this. My vote is Scream 5. That's 5 more for Scream 5, baby.
There you go.
Let's go. Holy crap. All right. Well, we are 2 hours and 4 minutes into this puppy. We are calling it. Sarah with another 5 votes in there. Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate that. Wow. That's it, everybody. Scream 5 taking the dub.
Yay, here we go. Scream.
Yeah. Scream 5 is the Victorian. Here we go. That's crazy, man. Shit. Brian, how do you feel about this? I guess I know I kind of already got your thoughts on it. You wanted Terrifier 2 to go all the way. Was there anything else that wasn't on the list that you want to talk about though, real quick? Now that Scream 5 is one, it's dubbed the victor.
Honorable mention bracket. No, just like with such a big year. I mean, I love all these movies. Smile, I first rounder. I go, wow, that's a shock. Then there was some stuff like Men came out. You're like, wow, that's no, I didn't enjoy that at all either. But a lot of high profile horror movies come out this year. So yeah, Scream 5. I'm not mad at it. I'm fine with that. I would be mad if Halloween Ends won. Like, no, that's not true. You guys are just voting it in because of past movie fandom, whatever.
I would have been I would have been shocked, honestly, if it would have made it all the way.
It made it to the finals. It almost won.
It almost won. I actually, for a half a second there, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna win. Like, it is gonna win. Wow. No, I'm happy Scream 5 won though, dude. I agree with you. I think it's a really fun movie. I'm really glad we got that one to the end. I don't know. I do kind of wish Pearl or X made it a little farther. I think that's my only thing that I'm pretty sad about, but I'm pretty happy with the results. I dig it, man.
Yeah, sick. Yeah. X. Some people have X as their number one. I know Cody Leach has X as his number one. A lot of these are a lot of people's favorites. I mean, any one of these. I never heard anyone say like Hellraiser is their number one, or
yeah,
maybe not. No, maybe some people, but like I said, I watched a bunch of other people's top tens and such, and everybody had a different top one. So yeah, so everybody has their own list. I think Scream 5 was Mike's from We Watched the Movies top favorite. So, you know, it's a lot of people's top of the year, and I'm totally not mad at it. It's a definitely like watch. One you got to watch with a bunch of friends. So you saw it with a row of your whole friends took up the whole first row.
Yeah, So see, it's funny. My channel kind of blew up because I was covering Scream 5. So like all my buddies were like, "Dude, we have to see that together. Like that's huge for your page." So we saw it Thursday night, like the very first showing, and we like pretty much got like there was 12 of us in a in a row. Pretty much, we almost got the whole thing to ourselves. And yeah, I mean, it was insane. It was one of the best theater experiences, just like of my entire life. An easy top 5. It was a lot of fun. So that I'm actually kind of happy it won for that reason too. Easily the most fun I've had watching a horror film with my friends this year too.
Yeah.
My one honorable mention though I will say is VHS 99. I think was pretty kick-ass. I think it was a really fun movie. It doesn't make my top 10 unfortunately, but I loved it. I thought it was just an absolute blast of a time.
Not
big on it.
I don't know. I didn't love it that much. But you know, like you didn't have to pay to go see it at the movie theaters or anything, so it's not like, oh man, I wasted money to see that thing. So yeah. I get you. I mean, you like what you like.
I like the gross stuff though, and I know a lot of people don't, but man,
it's found footage. I wasn't. That's why Deadstream was like, oh, it's found footage. I was totally on board with that. I was like, oh yeah, cool, but VHS. I don't know. Same thing with Paranormal Activity. Like, yeah. Or was it Next of Kin? Wasn't that this year? But I don't think that deserves like an honorable mention or anything.
Yeah, Next to Kin was last year. It was okay. I had fun. I had fun with it, but it wasn't anything that was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. You know?
Oh, what's some other ones I did? The Menu, huh? Yeah, I know you didn't like it. I saw you.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Like it had really good, strong points to it. The one I can't say this word on stream. What happens to the guy? He offs himself. I thought that scene was really just like a jaw-dropping sequence. The cast was great. I don't know. It didn't stick the landing for me. I think that it kind of fell apart with the ending, in my opinion. But the rest of it was awesome. Like I think the whole idea of people being trapped there, forced to be with this crazy chef guy. It's Gordon Ramsay, the horror movie, essentially. I don't know. I think a lot of people really liked it, and I think that's cool. But it was like a 5 or a 6 out of 10 for me, honestly. But I don't know. I wasn't huge on it, but I had fun with it. It was cool.
Oh, what else? Let's say Fresh.
Fresh was good. Fresh was really good.
Yeah, but top 20, 25.
Maybe 20, maybe top 20.
That's why I was like, oh, we doing 32? I go, damn, dude, 32. That's gonna be big. But no, this was a good size list.
Did you see Dario Argento's new movie from this year?
Yeah, remember that was supposed to be the Shudder sort of like a surprise release, like on some Saturday a couple of weeks before that. And I was super stoked. I was like, maybe they'll put Terrifier 2 out there, like a cross promotion between Screambox And if they're just going to show it one time, but no, this just, hey, we'll show this a couple of weeks before we show it.
Yeah.
So it's cool, you know, a Giallo sort of film, and it's more for like horror movie enthusiasts. Like that's why I was like, I bet Nope would have passed up Terrifier 2 because just it's more popular, it's more mainstream. Of course, Scream 5 is like one of the biggest mainstream horror movies out there. So
yeah,
I'm happy it won.
I'm happy it won. That's awesome. Well, thank you all so much for participating in this crazy bracket tonight. I don't know. It's just that this is a blast. We're definitely gonna have to do more bracket streams like this in the future.
Oh yeah, super fun. I don't know how you got like Halloween ends almost when. Are you guys crazy?
I can't believe it. It was crazy results. Can't believe it came down to this. Awesome stuff.
Or what else, Jake? I think Studio 666. That's honorable mention. I like that one. Rest
in peace to Taylor Hawkins too, man. It's like,
seriously. Yeah, good horror comedy mix. More comedy than horror, but you know, like. I even saw someone put Hatching as their number one. Like, what?
I really liked Hatching. It's not a number one, but I really liked it.
She had the dumb egg. I'm surprised anybody liked it. And it's
so weird, man.
Subtitle movie, and I don't know. That's one we could like sort of debate on, like Hatching. But yeah, it's. Oh, there you go. Someone mentioned The Invitation. That's no.
Yeah, I wasn't really impressed. Invitation didn't really do it for me. I'm trying to think what else I saw this year, like good or bad. I'm just trying to think of anything. Damn, really blanking right now on everything else. There was so much horror this year.
Oh, so many good ones too. I think this is the good bracket to choose out. There's nothing that would have beat any one of these. I think. Like
I agree. I totally agree.
I think maybe Fresh, if you put that in there, maybe it would have beat something. But I think any other movie, they would have been gone in the first round. I'm surprised Bodies. I don't know. It didn't make that many ways, but I really enjoyed that movie too. Like
I did too, man. Like I said, that ending just blew me away. I really was not expecting it. Yeah, so I don't know. There was a lot of great horror this year. So, I mean, honestly, whatever comes out as your number one, just know, like, everything was good. Like, a lot of things were great. 2022 was an awesome year for horror, and that's a win for everybody is how I see it. You know what I mean? That's a win across the board for horror fans in general. So, whatever you liked this year, there was a lot to pick from. So, I think that's awesome.
What was your biggest surprise of the year so far, Jake?
I went into Bodies with pretty low expectations, and it came out pretty high on it. When I remember reviewing it, I nearly gave it a 10 out of 10. It was like a 9 out of 10 for me. I loved it the first time I watched it. Man, biggest surprise of the year for me though, I mean, probably Barbarian. I knew I was gonna like Barbarian, but I didn't think I was gonna love it. Like, I fucking love Barbarian. That's a 10 out of 10 movie for me, man. I don't know.
Should have went a little bit further, but come on, man, it would have got beaten up by Corey Story.
It would have. No, yeah, it totally would have. Pearl's a 10 out of 10 too, though. You know what I mean?
Imagine if we did this bracket like in '97, dude. Would Resurrection still, or people have been like, no, because you could put up anything. It's like how bad the movie is. I don't know.
How many Resurrection, like how many like defenders of that are there? Like not to shit on people who like that movie. I'm just genuinely curious. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how many people love Halloween Resurrection. You know, I don't know.
I think some people defend it, or Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
I actually kind of like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Hot take. It's not a Halloween movie.
Yeah, I do too.
It's not a Halloween movie. I think if you watch it that way, you'll hate it. But I love it for being something so weird, and just I've never seen another movie that kind of feels like that. So I don't know. I dig it. But I totally get the hate for that one though. I do understand why people don't like that, but I dig it. I don't know.
Yeah, Scream 5 won, and that's fair. That's fair. I would prefer Terrifier 2, but you know,
yeah,
that's fine. Your team doesn't always have to win the Super Bowl. It was a good run.
It was a good run. Made it far.
Great bracket. Yeah, so like if you added Fresh and all these other movies, they would have been eliminated first round for sure.
Probably. That's why I went with more popular movies. Like, my whole top 10 isn't even on this list right now. Like, I fucking love David Cronenberg's Crimes of the Future from earlier this year. That's making my top 10 easily. I just, man, something about that movie was kind of blew me away. But
I still once again, see it. Sorry, Jake.
It's really gross. So it's one of those really gross movies that I know people won't it's not for everybody, but I loved it. So but yeah, no, check that one out, dude, if you haven't seen that. It's gross.
Yeah, it's on Hulu right now, I think. Yeah.
I
think I've rented it for $1, and then like he had 30 days to watch it, and I like slept on it, and then it just went away. I went, son of a bitch.
Dude, watch it, man. Honestly, it's in my top 5 for Cronenberg movies. Like, I think it's an easy top 5 out of his whole filmography. I really enjoyed it.
Well, what about next year? What's going to win next year? Without a Halloween, that's going to be a pretty good bracket. Probably Scream 6 and Scream 5 won this year. No matter what.
Yeah, probably Scream 6. We have The Exorcist coming out, which I feel like a lot of people are going to like because it's David Gordon Green doing it.
Ooh, the Halloween. Yeah, but I think without Halloween, I don't know. I don't know if they'll follow him. I think they're a little mad.
That's a good point. Well, we'll have to see that one. That's probably the biggest question mark right now, you know, with The Exorcist. I think Saw X will be up there for sure. As much as people are kind of crapping on that one right now, I think it's going to be fun. I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind for it. It might suck. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. Trying to think what else is big. Brandon Cronenberg's new movie comes out in January next year. I'm really looking forward to that. It has Mia Goth in it too.
Nice.
It's called Infinity Pool. Really looking forward to that. I'm trying to think what there's a lot of movies coming out next year. Evil Dead Rise for sure. I think will be in my top 3 for next year. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Guys.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I think 2020, I always love every year more than the last one. But, dude, this year's so stacked. We got Terrifier 2 and The Scream and Leatherface. I mean, we got so spoiled this year that next year, I don't know. It's almost like the stock market. We had a good year. Maybe it's time for a down year, but I don't know. It's just everything's so hot right now. And I'm surprised on the turnaround with Scream 6. We're only getting it a year later and then 7. Oh, man.
I know, dude, it's nuts, man. We're going to have a whole new trilogy probably here in like just a couple of years. It's crazy. Oh, love it so much. All right, well, we're gonna end the stream. Thank you all so much for joining us once again. Brian, thank you so much for joining us tonight too, man. I really
Thanks for having me, Jake.
Yeah, dude, of course, man. We'll have to have you on again at some point. We'll do it again at some point in the future.
Oh, more brackets,
more brackets, more shit to get angry about. Love it.
Oh,
love it, man.
Well, which one did we really debate on? We're just like, Halloween ends. We're mostly on the same.
You talked me into Pearl. You talked me into.
Oh, I won you over with Pearl over Barbarian or something. Oh man.
You won me over. The more I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, there's more things I like about Pearl. Like when you just kind of side by side compare them. Like, yeah, I think I like Pearl more. But yeah, dude, it was awesome, man. We'll have to do more brackets in the future. It'll be fun.
Oh, for sure. Anytime, Jake.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.